Yeah. No, I clicked it by accident.
Yep, there we go.
So the World Cup's done or what?
Yes, it is.
Good. I can go back to my normal everyday life without everybody fucking acting like they're sports people. It's so
Right,
crazy, like how many people jumped on the World Cup trend, but I guess that's the
right.
beauty of it, right? That's the beauty of like the world trend. Like that's why
Yeah,
like Kira and all of those people, like they all have their musics and everybody just doing crazy stuff, right?
right.
It's G. It's G.
It's somewhat peace, you know,
Yeah, it
in the
just kind of
musical
like brings
world.
people together or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like those videos of like the Korean people in Mexico getting drunk and having babies and shit like that.
I love the cameraman
Yeah,
taking shots at the girl.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about. You get it. Yeah, you get that idea.
Right.
All righty, dude. We're gonna start this up.
And then
Hopefully, it's a
there's
good
Messi and
podcast. I am
FIFA.
tired. Let's get it going, baby. Let's get it going. What's up? What's up? Welcome back. It's Sunday night on a normal scheduled time. The Average Boys podcast is back, and I am here, Chris B, your host, with my homie Derpy. Derpy Entertainment. What is up, my dude? What is up?
What's good, Chris? Mr.
What is
Professional over
good?
there with
What
the
is
glasses.
good? I feel like it's been a minute, man. It has
Yes, it
been a
has.
long minute. Summertime for me as an MMA coach is always pretty hectic. I do a lot
Right.
of traveling. I do a lot of work out of town and out of country and out of state. I had a really cool opportunity to go on a trip. I explained it last week, actually this week, because we tried to get on a show and do Monday night, which was kind of dope. I had never done something like that in a while. So, but you didn't get to make it because you already crashed out because it was super late. I tell you, when I get out of
Yeah.
work, like I'm in Central Time. I think you're in Eastern Time,
Yes, I
right?
am.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So you guys are an hour in the future. So you guys are supposed to tell me how the world sucks in an hour. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then it's supposed to relay to me on Central Time, and then I can prep for it an hour early. But yeah. It's good to be back. Good to have fun. Shout out to everybody and the Yensers group for joining us. Thank you guys so much for always being
Yes.
supportive. And yeah, man, it's been a week. How's it been going, Derps?
I mean, it's all right. I mean, obviously I'm from Ohio. We had some effects from the Canada fires, and
yeah,
the air was terrible.
yeah. True
It
that.
was
True that.
really
True that.
bad, dude. It was like I couldn't go outside. Nobody really could go outside. I saw in Michigan though that it was the air quality was equivalent to a 20 pack of cigarettes.
Kind of normal. Kind of normal
Like
in
that's
Michigan. No, I'm just kidding.
kind of normal in Michigan.
It's just kind of normal in Michigan.
and
They're
then
pumping out
and,
cigarette smoking all the time,
and
man.
then in Wisconsin, I don't know if you saw this. The It was like raining ash.
Raining ash?
Yeah, like
No, I
it
didn't even
was
see
from
that.
the.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
That's pretty
Like
crazy. That's pretty nuts. So, but yeah,
right,
air quality, like all that stuff for us, it's kind of weird because we got a lot of air pollution from like the Mexico area. So
right.
sometimes when they burn sugar cane and all that other stuff, like it comes up and it messes like everyone up, bro. It messes everyone up. But yeah, other than that, everything's been pretty solid, man. Like we said, we got to jump on a show. I went on a crazy trip for like almost a half a month, and
Right.
I got to go teach a bunch of dudes at a Jackson Wink, which is a big UFC fighters gym in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I got invited because one of my guys who lives down here is fighting in Serbia on the 1st of August, which is coming up like in 2 weeks. So we got to go out there and get ready for him to do camp and get him all trained up and stuff. And it was really, really cool, man. Got to meet a bunch of badass fighters and athletes. And yeah, can't wait to go back and hang out with everybody again. It was such a blessing. And yeah, I had to make my way back down south to get my gym back to normal standards and stuff because it couldn't, I guess, function without me or whatever.
just so everyone knows, this dude's living like in style when he goes on these trips. Like no
Yeah, yeah,
joke. Like he gets served pretty well.
yeah, man. It was fucking, it was nuts, dude. Like the trip itself. Let me, I'll bring up my Instagram so I can show you guys some of my pictures and stuff. Cause, yeah, it's quite the fucking adventure, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So,
speaking of like that specific topic, what the heck was that fight, man?
which
With
one?
McGregor.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, Gable Stevenson, he was one of the fights that was on the same card as the Conor McGregor. This guy right here. So we had
Oh,
the
that's
opportunity to,
sweet.
yeah, we had the opportunity to train with him also, Olympian, um, WWE for a little bit. Like, yeah, man. Now he's in the UFC under John Jones. So it was pretty badass. And then of course here is Gilbert, my student, and Christian Edwards, another UFC fighter.
That's awesome.
Um, This is Winklejohn. He's the one of the main coaches there that trains all the UFC fighters. There's Alistair Overeem's picture, Cub Swanson, Cody East, like Holly Holmes. Everybody's been trained by this
Hall of
man.
Famers. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Literally legends in the sport have all been trained by this man. And I had the opportunity to be alongside of him. And it was a blessing, bro.
I
It
wonder
was
what
a
his
real big
name.
blessing. Yep. Now I'm back. Had a good time and back to it. Got back to my gym, trained with my guys. This was Friday
Yeah,
with my students. So yeah, I came right back to it and started getting to work. So
that's
hopefully
awesome.
we're getting all the students ready and yeah, man, it's the way it goes. So it was quite the adventure, really, really fun time. But yeah, Conor McGregor's fight was, oh man, that was interesting, wasn't it?
The first thing I thought of when that fight ended was the betters are gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah, everybody was pretty pissed all the way through. People, even
Everyone
his
in that
fans, man.
right,
We were watching the fight with a couple of my students at their house, and they're all huge, like crazy
right.
fans of Conor McGregor, and they were all heartbroken within like a second. Like it was the nuttiest thing I had ever seen, man. Like so much
Well, the thing is,
investment into someone you don't know is crazy to me.
right. Well,
But
the thing is, I knew he was old. I knew Holloway was probably gonna win in a
I don't think it
way,
had anything to do with being old though. Like it was he
but I didn't.
overcompensated for the distance and he blew his knee out because he tried to
That's
overreach with a kick you can't land on. Um
That's the thing.
for me it was I don't know if you're young enough or old enough to remember this, but there used to be a WWE wrestler by the name of Sid Vicious in WCW.
I think I
And
remember Sid Vicious.
yeah, I'll bring it up the video because the whole thing reminded me of this Sid Vicious shin break. Yeah, the whole incident reminded me of this match. I'll bring it up. Let me
And you probably shouldn't bring the video, but definitely the pictures.
huh?
You just bringing up the pictures. I don't want to get you.
Yeah, I'll bring
No
it up right
video.
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just bring up the pictures. Don't do the video.
Hey, there's Relic. Hey, Relic, good to have you, brother.
Yo,
Welcome
what up?
back, baby. Welcome back.
¿Qué
What's good,
pasa?
Relic?
What's
We were just
up,
talking
Derbs?
about the Conor McGregor since Derpy's back to talk about it a little bit. And I was telling him that the situation reminded me of this moment in WCW history. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Sid Vicious goes for like
Oh, where both his legs?
no, just one. And this was the thing. It's like, why would a man this size jump off of a height of that high
Right.
and land on one leg? Like, it's ridiculous to think about. I don't even want to show it, but doop.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No.
We don't need to do an instant replay, but we understand what it is. The
No, really.
egregious
We don't
effort
need to do instant replay as we do
as we
instant
do an
replay.
instant replay in slow-mo.
No,
It's
Relic.
just
That's
one
as
of those
bad as
things like there are things you just don't do because the human body cannot do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Right.
remember this one moment in history came to me watching Conor McGregor try to do that like super egregiously long jump kick, like for no reason on one leg and try to catch your whole body weight on it and then overreach the kick. Like, of course he was gonna blow his leg. Yeah, Vince Weaver's like me
Me
after
after
legs
leg
day. Yeah, no kidding, dude. Fucking
that's
Fucking Sid Vicious, bro. That was like
Yeah.
the nastiest leg break I'd ever seen in my whole life.
I don't know. The Louisville basketball one's really bad.
The which one?
The Louisville Cardinals basketball one from
Did he
2015.
break? He broke his leg like in the same manner.
His bone came out of his freaking knee.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of these dudes, they'll like you're going sideways, and both legs can take the weight. But if you take one leg off and move,
Yes, Hunter.
all of that weight gets pushed on the outer part of your knee, and that's what happened to Connor. He today, as a matter of fact, it's cool that Derpy's bringing it up, like because we talked about it a little bit on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Derpy gets to talk about it. But Connor made a post today that was like, yeah, I ended up tearing my ACL and my meniscus. And it's going to take me about 9 months to recover and maybe even a shorter amount of time.
Do you think he tore that mainly because he dried out so much?
No. Those two muscles in the MMA sport, like, you know how it is, dude. Like,
Yeah.
practicing wrestling, doing shoots, like throwing
No, yeah.
kicks, like doing all that stuff. Those are the muscles that I'm surprised at my age I don't have bad knees. You know what I mean? Like that's one of those things that's like a given in this sport. Like you're gonna have bad knees, bad shoulders, bad back, literally bad. Anything that bends is gonna be bad. Like it's Dustin Poirier, it's gonna be bad. My N word. You know what I mean? Like the airport situation. Like all your joints are gonna be in that situation. So like, yeah, like it's like Derpy said earlier too, and I think you had mentioned it on Monday. Like Connor's 37 years old. Yeah, doing this like
he's
young
up there.
man fucking backflipping shit and doing all the crazy stuff. Like, hey, bro, like X-nay
gotta
on
find
the
a diff-
extra
Including
booty.
the
find a diff-
haircut. Including the haircut.
Yeah, including his
He's
mohawk,
gonna
Chuck
find a
Liddell
different way
haircut.
to approach his
Iggy
his
or
game.
Hunter Iggy, what's up, my dude? Says Derpy Entertainment. Did you see what Livewire that DC had cast Alexander Ludwig in Man of Steel or Man of Tomorrow?
I did, but I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt.
Who's Alexander Ludwig? Alexander
Everyone wants him as
Ludwig. Oh, I like
Aquaman.
this cat. This kid's
Yeah,
good. He's in Vikings. I
Rumor
think he was
might
in
be
the Hunger
Superman.
Games. He was in
Yeah.
Race to Witch Mountain, Grown Ups, Bad. Yeah. I got it.
What, Derpy, what do you think of James Gunn being scared of releasing the Batman and delaying it again because apparently Alan Richardson's in talk of becoming the Batman?
No, that's a good call.
I mean, I don't think it's James Gunn's fault, but
When is it his fault?
you're busting my balls. We're like, no,
No, but like in all seriousness, but like James Gunn in terms of DC, he can choose when something can be pushed back, when it could be.
Well,
released.
he said he's the co-CEO.
Yeah, he's the co-CEO.
Yeah.
He's actually given notes on how to release, and from what I believe, he also gave notes on the Batman with Matt Reeves.
honestly, I think it was for the better. Honestly, because
What do you mean?
one thing, it's a snowy setting. In February is kind of cold, and you know what I mean. Like in October is really not. It's just fall. It doesn't really have much snow. It's a snowy setting in the movie, and also there was a rumor out there that they're filming part 2 and part 3
So
potentially back to back.
yeah, but like it's being delayed, and it was supposed to be released 2 years ago, and by the time part 3 will come out, Robert Pattinson will be the same age as Ben Affleck was when he came out with Batman v Superman. You know what I mean?
Murder's happening.
So like what is the official date it's been pushed back to? Because so far it's just been delayed. Because if they release a movie in February or January, they're just trying to sabotage that movie. Because those are the dead months of
You're right.
cinema.
That's like
Right.
the snow stuff you were talking about, right?
Yeah, because it makes sense to release it in November, October, as the Batman originally was intended to be released on.
I never thought it was a problem for these guys. I remember, like, from the very beginning, I was talking about how it's like, I thought it was stupid that they were going to have, like, the two Batman aspects going on. I thought it was real dumb for having, like, I don't know, like, they get rid of Ben Affleck. They have Robert
Okay.
Patterson, and
Mm-hmm.
now James Gunn was like, "No, man, we're cool. Like we can run it like concurrently during the same thing because it deals with Outworld or Elseworld, or they
Well,
wanted to
I
do some kind of like multiverse thing, right?
yeah.
I know
Well,
that it
like the
was
thing
Michigan.
is,
Is it
so
now?
he's always tried to toe the line. He's a liar, right? Like he canceled the Superman and Lois show because he thought the audience was too stupid to figure out which one was gonna be his Superman.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
he
Well, I
didn't want the
remember him
audience confused, and it's like we
cutting a
know
lot of
what the
stuff.
CW show is versus David Cornsweet.
Mm,
Like we're not like your movie might suck, but we could tell actors apart. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I
So
guess it's just one of those things.
yeah,
Like, if you're gonna start anew, you'd want to kind of like redcon and start getting rid of all the old shit that you don't
I
want to be like connected to the tissue, right?
I
Which
agree,
I
but
which I think
Yeah.
that's a smart move.
I agree, but Matt Reeves is the one that's doing Clayface, and then he wants that as part of his universe, and
Yeah,
then he allowed the Penguin to be released. You know what I mean? So
which
it's
was a
like
good move because the Penguin was
great
good
move for Warner Brothers, bad move
for James
for
Gunn.
James Gunn because like it shows that everybody else is a better writer for DC than James Gunn so far.
Yeah, the Penguin was so
Because the
far probably the
Penguin,
best thing that came out.
even if you combine Superman, the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, and Supergirl, and combine all those writing talents, the Penguin did this better writing, better entertainment than all those put together.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed the Penguin.
So
You enjoyed the
like
Penguin, Derpy?
I love the Penguin,
It was good.
yeah,
except the ending.
What was the ending? I don't remember the ending.
Vince was killed by
Huh?
a penguin. Vince is the penguin's friend
Vince
Vince.
in the chat. Vince in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, the kid, the kid. Yeah, yeah. He kills the
Yeah.
kid, right?
Yeah.
I remember that
And
stuff. I
they
remember
killed
that.
him.
Yeah, but that's
And
that
and then
goes
all
to
these
show like the character that he's willing to like
Yeah,
right.
he's willing to
cut all of
sacrifice
his
anybody.
like his personal ties and the things that make him happy to make sure he's not weak and do all that stuff. Like that goes with
Yeah,
his psychology. It helps solidify, even though it's like it's not a bad ending. It's just that it's a sad ending,
Right.
but it's sad in the right way. Like
yeah.
yeah, it's sad in the right way, I think. But yeah, I think that's what makes Clayface such an interesting concept. I think it's still a stupid move to make a Clayface
It,
film
it's
because
not a.
it's
It's
not
not a. Well,
like it's
here's
not
the
an
thing.
entertaining character. It's not like a big character.
Appealing. Yeah.
But if it's
I.
going in the same format as the
Yeah.
Penguin, like I think it kind of works, right?
I just think it's an underutilized character. Okay,
Right.
so like me and Derpy, we had this conversation where like I'm on the camp of like if they make this like horror movie centric, they're releasing it in October, close to Halloween, and they don't market this as a DC movie. I think that movie has the ability to be
Potential, right?
successful if it's well written.
Yeah, yeah.
But in terms of the DC universe, it is one of the dumbest moves you can make because we're not
I
getting
agree.
Wonder Woman, we're not getting Batman, we're not getting anything else that is really going to be solid for the storyline of, or at least the through line of DCU. It's just going to be a one-off movie, right? And a lot of people are probably going to watch this movie if it's marketed horror movie. They're never going to put two and two together unless there's Batman stuff in the movie that it's a DC property.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't
So,
put any Batman stuff in the Penguin, and it worked. But then again, the Penguin.
well,
Was
like we
a
already that
Batman
was coming
film.
off the Batman movie, you know.
Right.
So Clayface is going to be an interesting one because it has Matt Reeves' name attached to it, but I don't know that movie in particular how well it's going to do because it's coming out at a proper time. You know, the
23rd
type
of
of
October.
yeah, October. It's coming out at a time where like horror movies are kind of making somewhat of a comeback, but not really. And
Right.
horror movies are the only movies that are really doing well in the box office. And then when Clayface comes out, if they market it, if they keep up marketing, which they kind of have been dropping the ball, we're not hearing much about it. But if they at least start marketing like in the next few weeks, leading all the way up to it about this great horror movie that Warner Brothers is releasing, then people are gonna go watch it without worrying about or trying to figure out if it's part of some sort of franchise. So the normies are gonna gravitate to it if they market it properly.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's what I think. Yeah.
I mean,
I think
advertisement wise and PR wise, it works if they do it that way. Even if they do market it in some way as like a Batman piece or whatever like that, they just
yeah.
have to get it right. Like that's the part. They just got to get it right. Like everybody knows the Penguin, everybody knows the Joker, everybody knows
Like everything,
Clayface. You know what I mean? Like they just got to
obviously,
fucking
like
hit it.
if it's good writing, like it's just gonna speak for itself, right? The
Yeah.
Right.
problem with the DC universe right now is that first of all, you have to watch practically porn to understand where DC EU is going, right? So Peacemaker season 2. So you're already destroying any chance for families to get together and understand the DC universe. And then you go off the Superman movie, which gives you like little to no substance. And then we go to the Peacemaker. We go to the Supergirl movie, which was atrocious,
Well, the
and
thing about
then
that,
the Lantern show, and all that is going to be very catered much more to uh, older audience and an adult audience that usually isn't interested in comics when you're just shoving dick and tits everywhere and like curse words. It's just like it's not really getting the comics and like it's not giving everybody confidence that hey, we're gonna stick to the comics, because so far all they've done is like we're gonna base it off this comic, but then they just take like elements or scenes or pages of the comic, implement it in their movie, and then the movie has nothing to do with the comic.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Derpy, right? You got to see Supergirl, and
I liked it.
yeah, well, of course, yeah,
I'm
it's
not a
DC.
hypocrite.
Yeah, it's DC. Of course, you're gonna like it. Uh, that's not an issue, but we got to be critical. If it can get awards and it can go into award ceremonies, being critical is not being a pain in the ass. That's how I've always seen it. So if it can be put in an award ceremony and you can give it a trophy for being good or not or whatnot, you could tear it apart critically, right? So let's just take that into consideration. Consider us us three of us offering it some type of award or something. Um,
Well,
it said it
uh,
was based off of Woman of Tomorrow,
it,
and it was loosely
um,
written off of it.
yeah.
The villain was horrible, dude. Like the villain was
Terrible.
not good.
Barely even one dimensional. Just
That
just
that that's
He
gonna
was
be my
he was
biggest
Ro-
thing. That's gonna
huh?
be
he
my
was
biggest thing.
he was
Is
Ronan of Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Right, Relic?
the which one?
Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy.
No,
Ronan wasn't the
it's
best written
Taserface.
character, but this was worse.
No, this was Taserface.
Yeah.
The guy that's
Yeah.
he was one of the Yondu's dudes. He's the one they called Nutsack Face, the one that Rocket was making fun of. Remember, he's like, I'm
Are you talking about the
Taserface.
actor? Yeah. Talk about the actor.
No, the character. It pretty much was Taserface from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Man, I need to rewatch Guardians of the Galaxy. It's been a while.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys probably don't remember him. But I'll just pick it up. It's literally the same character, almost even the same design. It
But
was this guy.
oh, that dude, that
Yeah.
freaking dude.
Yeah, literally the villain from Supergirl was almost one for one, even on the
It's
same
so
haircut and everything based on this guy.
It's
Yeah,
the
but
villain
this
from
one,
Spawn.
it didn't like in Supergirl. There was no characterization. It just
I
it,
don't
it didn't
understand that.
matter.
And that was a question I really did want to ask Derpy.
Yeah,
Like, why do you think they changed like the almost like Argonaut slash Odysseus slash Greek looking character of the villain in Woman of Tomorrow, the comic book, where he's very tribal and loincloth and kind of
I don't
Greekish.
know.
But you know what
Well,
I'm talking about, right?
he looked like a redneck. He was a ginger.
Well, I didn't find him as a redneck. I found him more as like a Roman Spartan kind of guy, like very Greek mythology.
I don't know why they changed it, but
Yeah, like
maybe it
if
was
you look
cheap.
at him. But let me see.
You
if I
know,
can
maybe it
find
was a cheaper option to do what they did
Yeah, maybe.
instead of just actual full-on
they could have
costume.
just
So they
taken
could save.
Lobo out of the film.
Like, look,
Yeah,
I
but
have a picture of him.
Lobo's Lobo, and he was a good Lobo.
I don't think he was that good. I think
It was
he was
this guy.
Jason Momoa dressed as Lobo. I think he was cosplaying as Lobo without any. He acted like Jason Momoa, unfortunately. because that was the only thing I was excited for, and I was even disappointed with that. Like the Krypton show had a better Lobo than Jason Momoa
Yeah,
portrayed.
I'll pick up this one. Look, check it. So I found a picture of the guy, so we could at least see him. That was the original design
Yeah,
of the villain from Woman of Tomorrow, right?
and I would debate that this would be cheaper design than
You're
Like,
right. You're right.
but
yeah,
you see what I'm talking about? Like, he's just a super simple character, kind of like a pirate in space.
yeah.
But do you think it's well? No.
Look, I don't like the Woman of Tomorrow comic. I tried reading it after Derpy recommended it. I was like, I can't get through this. Um, but regardless, like,
It's because he's a conservative.
it doesn't matter what I do on my off time, Derp. I can use my brain to see if stories align. Like for instance, the Grant Morrison comic, the Superman comic that Grant Morrison did, and James Gunn's basing it off that. Don't like it, but I could see good writing, and there's things I hate about it. But it doesn't mean just because I hate it, makes it bad. I hate it, but it's good. Like I just know how to be objective. I could separate what I like versus what is right and what is wrong. So the Women of Tomorrow comic, I didn't think it. I just thought it was kind of a nothing burger, though at least as far as I got to read. But the movie itself, like, there's not one hero in it. Nobody understands what a hero is in that movie. Like, especially Supergirl, she's a freaking murderer. She's like, it's all pathetic. You know, like Krypton. She loves the idea of Krypton being like just freaking rapists and stuff, man. Like that's what she wants to do. She wants to get pumped and breed and take over Earth. You know what I mean? Anybody got anything to say?
Derpy, I wanna give you a chance. I wanna give you like your opportunity to kind of let us know, like, um, Supergirl. I didn't watch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna watch it. I didn't feel interested before. None of the lead up was anything that caught my attention, and I was pretty verbal about it right beforehand. Maybe I'll catch it on Pirata, which is like I'll like fire stick it or something. Again, it's
I'm
just
just
one
waiting
of
for
those things.
HBO
Like,
Max to put it out in like a few weeks.
yeah, well, I'm not
Going
gonna
on
buy
on the
Max
28th.
either. I'm not gonna fucking spend money on Max either. But
Right.
if I wait, I could probably stream it in good quality, like on the Fire
Or
Stick.
it might even go straight to Tubi, dude.
That's fucking funny. Laser
awesome.
disc. It's gonna go straight to laser disc. The big ones they used to give us in school with the teacher when
Yeah,
they
yeah,
fucking come
yeah.
in. Yeah. Nah, but you know, for what it's worth, I could wait and get it on a better quality. But like, yeah, I was gonna. I told Relic like last Monday that I was gonna tell you I saw it and then debate with you about it, and then admit that I never saw it and then tell you that it was very what is it like that it's super predictable, right? Because it's kind of like it's a cookie cutter superhero movie. That's what it is. It's there's nothing bad with that. There's nothing bad with that.
It's
But
actually worse.
where my attention goes when I think that way is if it's a pretty easy concept of a superhero story, then why did it do so bad? Like that should have been like like the superhero like we're talking about the horror genre, right? In the horror genre, you just have to kind of like hit your check marks and you can make a good horror film. Terrifier, Jason. I mean, The Evil Dead just made a movie recently and it didn't do that bad. But like for some reason, it didn't work. Huh?
I was gonna say a room and an evil girlfriend, possessed girlfriend.
Yeah, evil possessed girlfriend. And I mean, but it worked. Like The Evil Dead, and it's been around for man since almost what the early 2000s, late 90s. That storyline. So
Yeah.
like for it to kind of like still be up,
Bring back Ultraman.
yeah, bring back Ultraman. Yeah, they're gonna bring him back as the Crisis on Two Earth. I'm telling you, bro. Like again, and then the other thing too, Derpy, I had made this pretty straightforward that I was gonna be really disappointed if they pushed on the dad being like, nah, bro, like fucking go out there, bang bitches, fucking get money, get money, fuck bitches or whatever. Like, and they fucking ran with it still, dude. Like I was like,
they like
they
tripled
doubled down on it,
dude.
man. And I don't know, Derpy. I think you even said that you were kind of disappointed if they were to do that. And I just the one thing I wanted to ask, of course, was the taser face and why they changed this dude so much. Lobo wasn't in the Man of Tomorrow either, was he?
No.
Or the Woman of Tomorrow?
No, he wasn't in the Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah, they added him in,
all.
which I understand why.
Yeah, because they knew they wrote it so garbage that they needed to have
he's
some
a big
hype
puller.
in it.
That's just
Yeah.
Jason Momoa being Jason Momoa. Like that's like why they put him in Fast and the Furious. Like they didn't do it because he's great.
Funny
They did it
enough,
'cause
he
he's
did
cool.
a better acting job in Fast and the Furious. Like that seemed more of a character. This just seemed Jason Momoa on paint.
Yeah. I mean,
that was the unfortunate thing because Jason Momoa does have acting chops.
yeah, but I wasn't.
But it's not. He's not gonna be Christian Bale.
Yeah,
but
I was like, he's not my first
yeah.
guy that I'm gonna be like, man. I really hope Jason Momoa goes out there and wins me a fucking supporting role in the Oscars. Like, he's not the dude for me. He's him and Dave Bautista making a buddy cop movie that I could just laugh at. Like that's
yeah, but like for instance, even like Dave Bautista, as simple as the character is, like he did a great job as Drax. You know, like
yeah, he had like 4 lines and he just had to act like a dumbass. Like that's not like a great role.
well,
like,
if you look at the
can
first
you
Guardians
imagine
movie,
James Gunn going and being like, "Hey, he's gonna make a joke at you, act like you don't get it," and it's like, well, all right, I can do that because I'm not gonna get it. Like,
well, remember Dave Bautista was supposed to be Peacemaker.
Yeah, I think more in the sense of Dave Bautista in Blade Runner. Like his role in Blade Runner was more of like him establishing his acting chops. Even in the fucking movie with the daughter that's a secret agent, like kind of like where he plays like a secret agent and he has like a little daughter that he's got to take care of. It's like a cutesy kids movie, right?
Yeah.
Like
like
for what it's worth,
CIA.
Dave Bautista can act. And in the film with him and Jason Momoa, I think Dave Bautista did a better job. But like Jason Momoa knows his roles. Like he doesn't really have to act too crazy. So
that's up to direction too. Like
yeah.
we've seen directors take good actors and make them look terrible. We've seen good directors take mediocre actors and make them look awesome.
Yeah, that's
because it's about that's what a director
Gal
does.
Gadot, for example.
Yeah, that was
Sorry?
Dave Bautista for me.
Like Gal Gadot, for example.
I don't think she's ever been good at acting.
That's what I'm saying. No, you're right.
Like I don't think
I
don't even think a miracle would make her a good actress.
I always thought
Gal Gadot just had a nice smile and that's it.
Fast and the Furious films as a love interest to Han. But like that's
as
even
long
like
as she kept her
again,
mouth
those roles aren't very demanding of the actor. They just gotta act like they're at a car show or whatever the fuck. Like it's not very much.
She sucks. She sucks.
But yeah, Derpy, I wanted to there's like a million and one things people can tear up about Supergirl. But I like to know what it was that you kind of liked, dug with, and kind of like felt like it did good. Because again, like numbers don't lie. We know the film didn't do great, but you as a fan, like I'm gonna call you a super fan when it comes to DC because like you sometimes you're willing to die on these things, man. This is like when I was talking to Brian and Betancourt about them dying on that hill for Ironheart. And I kept telling them Ironheart wasn't good.
Right.
But they were like, nah, Chris, you're just a piece of shit politics guy or whatever. You're just like, and I'm like, no, like, it's just not good. Like, and then eventually it came out that it's not good. And they were like, oh man, well, I was just busting balls. And I'm like, no, like, if you guys like it, like, I'm okay with that. But like, again, art is subjective, but when it's not subjective is when you're doing it to be judged and get an award for it. And then when it becomes that, it's not subjective anymore. You get to get judged.
It's simple. You could like things that suck, and you could hate things that are good.
Yeah.
It's one thing is liking something. One thing is claiming that it's good.
Yeah, claiming it's the best.
Like, I would never fight somebody, argue with somebody if they're like, I love this thing. Cool. Why do you love it? Awesome. It's cool that you love it for those reasons. But when you're but it's the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, we're gonna have a conversation because now you have to tell me why.
Yeah, sliced bread is really good.
Yeah, you got to tell me why it's like the best thing since sliced bread, man. And then if you can't,
I mean, there's a lot of people that just don't like the movie, right? I get it.
Right, right.
But
I mean, I liked it,
yeah, what
but
did you
it did
like, man?
feel I liked it overall. I mean, I live um I love how the emotional aspect of Kara throughout the movie. She basically went from her home and I just enjoyed the movie in general, but it was underwhelming. But it's
Okay.
definitely getting hate that it shouldn't.
You guys keep talking. I need to.
Overwhelming hate.
What do you think the hate that it shouldn't get?
Well,
What's the hate that you think is like too much?
first off is for example, there's these grifter YouTubers, big YouTubers that are very heavy right wing that were pre-hating the movie before it even came out, and there was a
But
take
rightfully
that said
so.
if that's my point, Relic. Go
Well,
see the movie first before you pre-hate it and
well,
affect the box office.
hold on. That doesn't affect the box office, man.
Yes, it
That's
did.
not. No, it didn't. No, it did
Yes, it
not.
did. Yes,
Like,
it did.
how about the Barbie movie? That like they had some weird marketing people were pre-hating it, and then they realized what the director was saying had nothing to do with the movie, and you could just see it that way if you wanted to, and it made $1 billion. Okay, there's a lot of movies like
Yeah, but all the
reviewers don't have that
conservatives were
much
seeing
power.
Oppenheimer.
That reviewers don't have that much power, man. And like I would like to hear the specific hate because when a trailer comes out, that's how you judge if you're gonna if it gravitates you to go watch the movie. Okay, I didn't hear anybody. I don't know any right wing, left wing because I don't care about their politics. But I haven't seen any reviewers being like, "I hate this because it's part of James Gunn." I've heard people say, "Since it's part of James Gunn, he's proven to me that he doesn't know DCU.
Supergirl.
He doesn't know DC. He doesn't know Superman." Which is like that's a valid take. So they're gonna go in with skepticism. Then they're gonna go watch it and give a proper review. I don't know which YouTubers are big YouTubers, I guess, that are just going in.
Neurotic.
What did he say? That's like this movie already sucks because it exists, even before it was out.
Just because he was just hating on James Gunn in general and calling it Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's because it looked like Guardians of the Galaxy. I did the same thing. I didn't hate on it. I said like I want to go into the movie like getting proven wrong. You might not like the guy. I'm not defending how you like the guy or not, but I also follow the same YouTuber, and all I heard was like, "Hey, I heard the same thing that was similar to my take. That was like, I want to be proven wrong. I want to watch something good, but I'm gonna call it like I see it, and that's it." I saw the trailers. I thought everything looked terrible. I thought Lobo looked great, and even though I praised the look of Lobo, when I watched the movie, I was like, "This movie sucks. Lobo
you saw the
sucks."
movie, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, you actually
Lobo
saw it.
Lobo
That's
was a
nice.
huge disappointment.
Yeah.
Like,
I
and
can
I was
imagine.
the one praising it before it even came out. So
Well,
like,
I mean, I'll add
yeah,
my 2 cents into this, which I don't know if it matters, but Odyssey got shit on probably more than Supergirl.
yeah, and it already made more
And
money.
we just talked about it today, where it was up to like
And it was
200.
good.
What was it, like 68 million already, or 64 million, like in sales, like within like the first 2 days, 3 days. That's not bad. Like it's already a better take on the box office numbers to Supergirl because it's already surpassing, like we just said, it's right under Mandalorian and Grogu, right? Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the idea of the argument would be, well, all the people tore into it, so nobody wanted to watch it. But we just saw that happen with Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey,
Yeah,
which even with that, you can't really find a legitimate, definitive movie review without being torn in both different directions of either it being too woke politics or too good of a film or a classical art piece redone. Like there's so many reviews nowadays that I just think that reviewers, for what it's worth, since there's like this dichotomy that they could be bought or and we don't know if they are or not, like people really don't give a shit about reviewers as what they're saying as much. Now it's just like a cult, like who do you follow, right?
yeah. Well, like
So
you also see the like we stopped trusting like these official movie critics, Rotten
Ryan,
Tomatoes. We stopped trusting that a long time ago. where we've gravitated more towards YouTubers as an audience, as like fans, because we're like YouTubers are more honest. We
Yeah.
can see their personalities, everything. They don't have any skin in the game to get. At least some don't. There's some YouTubers that get like early access, and I've never seen anybody get early access and dog on a film. You
Yeah,
know,
but they're
like-
not allowed because of the embargo. It's just like an
No,
opportunity.
embargo just doesn't allow you to give a review of with spoilers.
Yeah, but
you
there's
could,
like
you
a
could
lot
say
of
like I like or don't like it.
There's a
but
lot
you're never
of
gonna get invited
amenities.
back.
there's a lot of badass amenities that you get when you get early opportunities. They'll give you like goodie bags.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
but
get
still,
to meet
like
the actors and
that-
be backstage. Like,
yeah, but
like,
that wouldn't
I think we
compromise my
talked about that
integrity. You
once.
know, that's
I
not
think
gonna
me and,
compromise
me
my
and
integrity.
Brian, as a matter of fact, Brian's in
Yeah.
the chat. We've talked about that. We're
Brian,
like,
Brian!
can you imagine if we got invited to like a movie and then later on we were like,
This is our year, Brian.
man, that fucking sucked, bro. Like, and then we never get invited to a red carpet again.
dude,
Like-
but that gives you so much more credibility than somebody that just goes in, and it's not about hating.
Yeah, no,
for
no,
the
no.
sake
Yeah,
of
we
it. Like,
always
just being
joked about
honest.
it. Like, I would be like, guys, you know when we get fucking bought out,
Yeah,
you'll know
yeah.
exactly. You'll know when we get bought out when we're there and we're like, no, this movie was the best, bro. Whoa, like. It was crazy because I saw so many different YouTubers this time around that got invited to go see the movie. I saw one of my my zombie game players get invited to do an embargo. Like his name's Mr. Waffles. And in my mind, I'm like, why the fuck did this guy get invited? He just plays Treyarch zombies. Like he just goes for
Well,
the
he's the
Easter
goat.
eggs.
He's the goat, Chris.
He's the GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT. He found the fucking zombies Easter egg in like 3 days or whatever. Like in my mind, I was like, why'd they fucking invite him to watch Odyssey? Like, and he was like,
Probably
"Oh,
because-
this movie was the best." Yeah.
It's probably because he's the only one that could be bought out because he's not a movie reviewer.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
they're
like
"Oh,
all
dude,
the other
you guys
movie
gotta watch
reviewers, like
this."
even people channels I don't like, were dogging on the Odyssey. They're like, I don't care what you believe in. This is not an adaptation. This is insane.
Like it's crazy,
You know,
dude.
like-
Because one, it is an adaptation because this is an artistic take on someone's own whatever the fuck. But
No, but,
there's
like,
so much.
from-
It's so muddied nowadays that you can't do it anymore. You
So-
can't. Like the moment you do something and it's like a little out of pocket, people are like, no politics, no, who you voted for, no,
No,
what
but
you
like,
believe in, and
but
you
look,
can't do
so
anything anymore.
so the thing I've been hearing, I still want to go watch this movie. I'm gonna reserve my
This dude
opinion
saw it
on
already. This-
my
I already
true
saw it.
opinion.
Yeah, that guy over there saw it already.
Yeah,
He
Man,
loved
yeah.
it.
You
But then
love
again,
the
he
Odyssey?
like-
Yeah,
He likes Supergirl, so
yeah.
yeah, you can't. And that's like, Derpy, don't feel bad. I do the same thing. My brother, he saw. Do you guys remember the movie Doom?
Yeah.
Remember that
With,
fucking
wait,
shitty one with the
oh,
rock.
yeah, with
Remember
the rock.
shitty one with the rock. My brother was like,
There was
dude, that movie
one
was
good scene in
good. I
that
was
movie.
like, my brother, I'll be like, never again, never again. We're gonna take
Don't
Travis
talk to
something.
me. Don't
He
come
was
by
like,
my
"This is
house.
so good."
There was only
Yeah.
one good scene in that movie, and that was the first person shit. That's about
Yeah,
it.
that was it. Yeah, when he chainsaws the dude in the wheelchair and shit, that was it.
Yeah.
And Carl Urban, just knowing that it's Carl Urban was cool. But
No,
like,
but
my
like the
brother
Odyssey,
said
like
that movie was super
Yeah.
good, and ever since then, I never took his opinion on movies, dude.
the-
Never on anything in life. He'll be like, "Damn, Burger King released a new burger. It's so good." I'm like, I ain't eating that shit. This guy like Doom. This guy like Doom.
you like Doom.
yeah. That
But
fucking never
don't
would
don't
be.
even breathe my same air, bro. Like walk away.
We have such a badass fan. His name's Biggie, and man, me, Brian, Trigger, we love Biggie. His name's Rob, but Rob loves everything. Like he loves
rap?
everything. So it's so hard to like
Does he rap,
take
Chris?
his opinion, huh?
Does he rap, Chris? His name is.
Does he
Biggie.
rap? Yeah, he better. Yeah, he raps. He raps around my heart. That's what he raps. But like, I love
Weird.
the guy. I love him for whatever it is. Like, I love him. But like, Brian, and Brian will always be like, well, Robert liked it. Of course he did. Biggie liked it. But that's cool. Like, if you're a movie lover and you just go and you just like it, like, yeah, look, Rob gave it 100 out of 10. Like, but
Hey,
we
Dreams to
we
Joes.
love the fuck out of Robert, though, man. Like, I
Look,
love
look.
the dude.
I will never dog on somebody for liking something. I'll be like, yeah, I won't trust your taste, but like that's what you like.
Yeah.
Again, if you tell me it's good, that's a different statement.
Yeah, yeah.
You can like what look, dude. I like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Garbage film,
No, it was
trash
good.
film.
That was fun.
Love it though. I love it,
That was a fun movie.
but it's a trash film. From to the
Writing,
writing,
like me,
to
I like
some-
Starship Troopers. Like that's not the first pick. Like that's the first like
Yeah.
weird masculine movie that everybody likes. All the dudes like it. But like, is it anything award winning? Nah, they're gonna fuck it up if they make a remake. But
No,
yeah,
they're always gonna mess it up.
but
But
Dirk,
like,
Yeah.
what about Supergirl? Tell us. Give me the thing that gives you hard, bro. Tell me what gets you hard about this movie.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Millie Hancock or whatever. She's quite the looker.
No, like I said, I liked it because it was a popcorn movie. I enjoyed it because, DC fan, I guess. Maybe a biased James Gunn fan, but if Relic was speaking, but um, I, it was underwhelming than what I thought it would be. But there's a lot of more Marvel movies out there and a lot of Marvel shows that are more underwhelming and than Supergirl. So I
Mhm.
mean, that's how I really feel about Supergirl.
Well, yeah, because there's a bunch of Marvel shows, but it's
Right.
like, okay, like this is what, the second film in the DCU?
Yep.
Second, right?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
So if you're comparing
Incredible
this,
Hulk was the same thing.
yeah, but the Incredible Hulk sold more tickets and made more money than Supergirl.
It was also 2008 and it had a different economy.
And Catwoman sold more tickets than Supergirl, and it's a trash movie with no
Once again, a different
DCEU.
economy, different time.
Yeah, exactly. It
Holly
was
Berry's hot, though,
cheaper.
bro.
It was cheaper.
Yeah.
Holly
Yeah.
Berry's hot though.
It was cheaper. She's hot, and then you're gonna tell me like in the middle of COVID, oh, the Spider-Man No Way Home didn't do good because of different economy. No, it made over $1 billion and sold a lot of tickets. It didn't just make $1 billion; it sold a lot of tickets. So it's comparative to ticket sales. It don't matter because recently movies have made $1 billion just last year. Sold tickets. This is part of the DC universe. You got the Superman symbol as a part of the film.
Yeah.
The first superhero movie ever to exist was Christopher Reeve's Superman. This is
And
part of
people
the
need to get over
culture.
it.
This is part of the culture that it like if you're gonna make a Superman film, it's almost guaranteed that you should make close to $1 billion at this point. So like there is no, you can't use that argument of like different time. Like no, you have these backlog of comics of over 30 years, right? 100 years almost for Superman, and you got this character that has been utilized in the animated series, not really much in the comics. You know, it's a girl version of a male character, but you already had an introduction in what some people claim to be a successful movie, this James Gunn Superman, and that was her first introduction, leading to the second movie. So if there was hype around this DCEU, if like James Gunn actually had the fans on his side,
100%.
including his own fans, because they showed up more for the Suicide Squad than they did for this film.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Even though
I
he
totally
didn't direct it,
like.
regardless if he had different creative
Sorry?
aspirations for the
You
movie.
gotta speak up, brother. You gotta speak up.
I said even though he didn't direct it or write it.
He gave notes, and it's all part of his thing. Like he needs to do the marketing. He needs to make sure the butts are on seats. Like,
Look, this is important to
Yeah.
see because even Brian, it's a good question, especially for Derpy. Like, do you see James Gunn still around in 2 years for DC though?
Honestly,
it
no.
depends. It depends.
Wait,
Like-
let Derpy. I want Derpy to answer.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Derpy, this is for
Honestly,
you, man.
honestly, we won't find out probably till Man of Tomorrow.
Okay.
If that shit fails, the whole DCU is
Are you at all okay? Well, let me ask because again, like I know where you stand on this, but I don't know if like what your answer would be. Like, are you disappointed in James Gunn at all so far? I mean, I remember you and I were talking, and you were like, "Bro, if I was in charge
Kinda.
of DC, like I would do
Kinda.
it different." I was like, "I'll
Kinda.
I'll make a fucking petition to get you in charge of DC, Derpy." Right now, I'd probably want to put you there than this guy, but I want to know you, like as a fan of this and as a person who's standing up for it, and you like what's going on. Like, how is it that you feel about James Gunn and his approach and his appeal to this?
yes and no. I feel like the marketing, like Relic is pointing out, the marketing has been really bad for all the projects.
Okay.
so far. The the positive thing is that he's still putting characters we don't really know about, the mainstream don't know about, and that's what I was basically. White Rabbit's going to be, nobody knows about White Rabbit, and then nobody knows about even Plastic Man or anything like
Yeah, we
characters
were
we
talking about
haven't
that.
seen in the mainstream. Like nobody people like, and that's what we've DC fans and mainly comic book fans have always wanted to see, regardless if we don't have the Trinity out yet.
Mhm.
Hmm. Well,
But
and that's the other thing. Like James Gunn used to be really good at doing that. Like
right,
the Suicide Squad is a movie that I've said before. It's not a good movie, but
it's
man,
not a good movie.
they did the characters right.
Yeah,
Like
they have
James
so many
Gunn,
Right,
characters.
they
right,
James Gunn really made us connect with these characters, even
right,
when like they only had a few lines. Like we connected with these characters, right? These characters that
right,
we knew nothing about, that we were just craving anything DC.
right.
But other than Harley Quinn, I'm like Harley Quinn could die for all I care. Like she's worthless without the Joker.
I agree with that.
But like so that's
But
why I had
Margot
like
Robbie did the character really good though.
Yeah, she did.
she did,
Yeah.
and then who gives a damn because it's freaking Harley Quinn.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean, for what it's worth,
It's like
Harley
one
You're right.
time
You're right,
cool.
Relic.
Yeah,
Right, you're right.
in certain stories, Harley Quinn is an interesting character. There is this comic book,
but
called,
it's always revolved
White
around the
Knight.
Joker.
Yeah, well, there's this movie. There's this comic book called The White Knight, and it establishes that there was two Harley Quinns. The original one that was like the therapist, and then another one that was like a gymnast. And one of them was the crazy version, and the other one was the legitimate love interest of Joker when he was in the hospital, and she moved on, and it's an interesting take on it. But I mean, for what it's worth, like Harley Quinn is a good supporting character, but DC had this push during the whole woke push on all the characters, Sucker Punch, and making the Joker an idiot, like even worse than a villain, like just dumb, because they were trying to make it to where Harley Quinn herself was above the Joker.
Yeah, they
Like,
did Birds of Prey. Remember
even
that was a
before
real
that-
movie.
Even before that,
Like-
they were like, Harley Quinn's gonna go
Back
off on her
to-
own.
Oh,
She
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
need him. Like this was in the comic books before, and
Back to
it worked
Brian's-
for a minute because, of course, like there's this weird dichotomy of people that think just because they look cool or they act cool or they like to color their hair that they are all Harley Quinn and that they're all a crazy person and that they do what she does and they don't
Yeah,
understand
well,
that.
she's not an original comic book character. She was
Not
created
at
for
all.
the Batman the animated series.
animated series.
Yeah,
And then,
that's
like-
where she was
then
from.
she had a comic run.
Yeah, and then I thought like that was enough for her character in the animated series. But
Right.
apparently a lot of people wanted to see more, which is fine. But then you give her own run and you don't really like think it through. Like she
I
already had
hated
a
that.
good backstory, and then when they made her run, they barely touched on that. They didn't utilize her.
I hated
Which one?
What?
I hated the show, the animated show that they made, and then Birds of Prey.
Well, you hated the Batman animated show?
Did you really?
No, the Harley Quinn
No, is
show,
it-
dude.
Oh my. Okay. Well, I was like, dude.
Yeah, I was.
Dude, I would never hate Batman.
I was
the
like,
animated
bro,
I
show.
was like-
like this is
I was
the
about to-
worst thing I've
everything
ever
was
heard.
like, I love Supergirl. I hate
Wow.
the
Relic.
animated series. Like,
Dude,
like,
I was about to have a heart attack. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the
What are you
fuck
no,
are
no,
you
okay,
doing?
good.
Relic?
No, so he's probably on the same format as all of us, which was they made the Harley Quinn HBO series, and it wasn't
Yeah.
very good, but fuck, they did it super funny, dude. Like, it was like
That's-
comically hilarious, dude. Like,
Yeah,
where's my car, Bruce? Like, where's my car? That's my greatest fucking line in that whole fucking film when he finds out Bruce Wayne's Batman. Did you remember that?
Yeah,
or no?
yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, I fucking bought an electric car from Wayne Enterprises. Where's my car, Bruce? I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
they try to make him an Elon Musk.
yeah, that was fucking funny, man. That was a
Yeah,
hilarious
it was just a parody. It wasn't a serious
it was a
show.
parody
It
of
was
the
like a Rick and Morty version of
Yeah.
DC.
I kind of feel like
But-
it was like more of a, yeah, like a parody, like the Teen Titans kind of comedy, but like for
yeah, it was-
adults, right?
No, it was like the Family Guy version of
Yeah,
DC
but for adults.
cartoons.
Back
Yeah.
to-
And but you
Brian,
see, like
question.
even in the chat, like, you got Dream Sigil, welcome back, Dream, from last week.
What up?
Birds of Prey, they thought was really good. Like
That's-
for
I
some people
hope
that
you're
were
kidding.
fans of the Harley Quinn character and all
Ewan
the
McGregor
the-
was the only good thing about that movie.
which one?
Ewan McGregor, who played Black Mask.
Yeah, Black Mask. That was crazy to think that he's in that movie, dude. It just
Yeah, I
the
forgot.
fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi's in that movie.
He was
And
the
it
only
did
good.
not.
He was the only good
The-
sum up performance in that movie.
I'm
That
pretty
reminds
sure-
me of that reminds me of the dude that was in Doctor Who that was in Morbius, right? He was the villain in Morbius. I forgot his name, but you know what I'm talking about?
Dude,
Or
you
no?
remember that film?
Well, I did. I'm telling you. But no, what made it even funny was he was
It's
talking
Morbin
about.
time, Relic.
He's in a podcast recently, and he's talking to this one lady, and the girl goes, "Oh, did you know Keanu Reeves?" There's a video of Keanu Reeves watching some of your stuff, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Keanu Reeves, like, holy fuck, like I love that guy. What was he watching? Like that's so cool." And he goes,
Morbius.
"Well, he was in a plane and he was watching Morbius." And he
I
goes,
saw that.
"Why the fuck would he be watching Morbius of all things?" Like the dude that was in the movie even bashes his own fucking movie that he's in.
Right.
That was G, bro. Like that is so funny, man.
That's
But Ewan
Sony's
McGregor,
stupidity,
that's
though.
what always reminds me of Ewan McGregor and fucking Birds of Prey. Like I guarantee that's not one of his like greatest like
No,
conversational pieces or whatever.
he acted
But,
his ass off in it though.
But yeah, like
Yeah, Ian McGregor always acts like
yeah, he's always
Right,
so
does a
good.
good acting job.
Right.
But he's
But yeah,
the
like,
only
it's
one that
super
did
crazy
any
because-
acting in that movie.
Yeah, like Sissy was like Birds of Prey felt like a comedy action movie, and that's what I liked. LOL, perfect.
I gotcha.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Back
Yeah,
to
there's nothing wrong
Brian's
with that.
question though. Above, will Gunn be here around in 2 years? Like I said, it really depends on Man of Tomorrow.
Look,
Yeah,
I think Man of Tomorrow is somewhat doomed because
That too.
Yeah. I feel
because not because of whether it's going to be a good movie or not, but they doubled down on things that even James Gunn's fans are not happy with the whole
Right.
Jor-El being like tyrannical, you know, what's it called? Like harem type evil dude, and the way
I
they
think-
portrayed. Sorry, what?
I think that's. I mean, Chris pointed this out. Like, he's hoping and it's not what it is in Lanterns. He pointed that
Yeah.
out, and if it's in
Yeah.
Lanterns, he's gonna freaking roast the. He's gonna rant on it.
Fucking shit, bro. Like,
Dude,
and it's not even the fact that I want
Lanterns already seems like it's gonna be a garbage show. Like they started copywriting anybody who talked about the leaks of Hal
Right.
Jordan getting killed off in the first episode, and it's all gonna be like,
Oh, yeah, dude.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did see
yeah.
that.
Derpy, you weren't here for that part we were talking about.
yeah, last week.
Green Lantern, they talked about. I mean,
did
but then
see
again,
the
it's like
But
we're
it's the first-
detectives, guys. We're like Batmans, right? We fucking context clues, baby. If you have
Yeah,
Hal
yeah.
Jordan and you have John Stewart in a film, you can't
mean,
have
they-
both of them. And then
Right.
them using
Like I
one
think
ring
I
amongst
think you
each other.
can. I think you can have them.
Nah,
Like, all
Hal
this-
Jordan's character is flawed in the sense of like
No, but like
cool, confident, but he's a sacrificial character in all.
no,
his
but
stuff.
but here's my caveat to that. I'm
Yeah,
not. It's not to defend James Gunn or anything, but it's
No,
like,
no.
all right, like again, it's all about the age. Like I've criticized where Hal Jordan is almost 60 years old, and he's never learned to not be a douchebag. He didn't learn from any of his mistakes as a Lantern.
Always was.
Because even in the comics, we get to see him learn over time. He might not be a great guy by the end, but he's somebody that we connect with, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
in the
but
beginning,
you
we're just
you
like,
have-
this is
you
a
have to
womanizer
remember-
douchebag, but we love him because he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then we're like, oh, but now like we see an arc with him. So by the time Hal Jordan is like 50, 60 years old, we would like him to be more mature, more like not grounded,
That's
but like
fair.
care about people, maybe even want to start a family, whatever it is. Like you can play around with that stuff because of age. You could still be truthful to the comics and then play around and have creative freedom and
Yeah.
then attach John Stewart later so that John Stewart's actually a younger guy to an older Hal Jordan. And I think that's what they were going for, but they really screwed it up because they changed the lore. They're doing their inspiration is from true crime and not the comics. If your inspiration to write a
That's-
comic
that's
book movie
fair.
doesn't come from comics, it's gonna be a problematic show or movie.
Well, look, 100%. I
know?
think that if they would have gone in that format, we wouldn't have seen Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. You would have seen him as Hal Jordan, because Nathan Fillion plays him throughout all media. He's the guy.
which
he
I
omits-
honestly
because of
wish
his
that he was-
confidence and his
yeah.
cockiness and everything, the way he portrays, and he knows how to use his voice that way. That's why they choose Nathan Fillion, who is a pretty good actor, to voice act this character like as a voice actor, not as a actor to voice actor. Like they choose him on purpose. So even like fan choice, I guarantee the majority of fans would have wanted Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan in the DCU universe.
I would have
rather than Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
But the reason why is because Guy Gardner is the exact same thing, and they're going to use that character more than Hal Jordan. So like the Hal Jordan character, he's going to be a villain. He's going to be Parallax. Like I know that for sure.
I feel like eventually they're going to kill off Jon Stewart, but they like so that they could keep Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have Guy Gardner as the main dude. I don't. I think they're going to do Kyle Rayner. And they're going to make him some weird,
That'd be weird.
It's probably going to be the dude that's Glenn from the fucking Laters, brother. Laters. Brian, my boy. They're probably going to choose the Glenn guy from The Walking Dead to be Kyle Renner, even though he's a Hispanic dude or whatever. Like, it is what it is. Like, the white dude's not going to be the winner. Like, it's not going to be Hal Jordan. Like, it's not. Guy Gardner, he's always a piece of shit. He'll do some cool shit and probably become a Red Lantern, and so will Supergirl in that nature too, because those are the biggest points in the comic book for these characters. Again, Woman of Tomorrow, I know it wasn't like a favorite for yours, Relic, but that is the best written Supergirl story other than Crisis, for her to die and be carried by Superman. Like those are the only.
Look, I can't even defend that argument because I have not read a bunch of Supergirl comics.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. Nobody has. Nobody cares about the character.
Right.
Like, nobody does. But DC is like that. Like the Trinity, and then it sprinkles.
Yeah, but
like,
the thing is, like, you still care.
And it sprinkles. This is the way Batman has been the most overwhelmingly sold comic book in the DC universe, like forever.
It's
and
because they add quality to it. Like, look, we could make that argument like, oh, it's just DC only cares about the Trinity and they sprinkle around. Like, I don't necessarily agree. I understand that's the moneymaker, Wonder Woman, moneymaker. Superman, Batman.
Definitely Vince.
Cool. But they fleshed out the Flash, I think, way more than they fleshed out Wonder Woman.
They have to because he's a MacGuffin.
Well, they've done it, dude. Martian Manhunter's like at the same level of fleshing out.
Yeah, but the Flash,
the
Flash is the only character that can rewrite history in the comics. They have to kill him right away.
Yeah, but they still make him go back and put history back because he.
That's the way they retcon all the bullshit. Yeah. That's their MacGuffin. That's what that's what
I get that, but then you got like Aquaman. He
just talks to fish. Yeah, 100%.
I get you. I get you. But what I'm trying to make the point of, like, they're able to take these characters and flesh them out if they want to. They could add good writers to them and make the comic their own.
Yeah,
the thing is, the movies, they're not doing that.
Yeah,
they're not.
Wonder Woman movie, they fleshed it out. She only went from like, if you break down the Wonder Woman movie, she only walked like 6 miles and then went to a city, and they turned it into this Captain America-esque film where Captain America went all over Germany and the world and then fought a fucking dude on a tower or whatever the fuck. Like, he did some like super fucking Gal Gadot's
Wonder Woman
like
movie
in a baseball field.
The Wonder Woman movie, it made $1 billion, but it's a terrible movie.
Her walking across the battlefield, which is like maybe like not even a half a football field, made millions of dollars, bro. Like made millions of dollars.
Because it was the first.
Yeah,
made over $1 billion.
It's because Wonder Woman, again. Like, look, watch. I'll throw this out there. We saw the 2 movies. 1987 was stupid as fuck.
Oh, 84.
Which one?
84.
You said 87. It's 1984.
Oh, you see, I even forgot the year. That's how fucking bad I am at this. Wonder Woman 2 and Wonder Woman 1. Wonder Woman 1 based Ares. Wonder Woman 2, they had Cheetah. I challenge you, without Googling it, boys, name me one other villain of Wonder Woman. Like, I challenge you. Like, she's a very, very popular character. Everybody knows her. Name me one of her villains other than those 2 that were in the movies.
All right, so you said Cheetah.
Yeah, and Ares.
Cersei.
That's it.
And Ares.
Cersei.
Would you consider Zatanna?
No. Zatanna's not a villain of hers because she's a hero.
No, not Zatanna.
You're talking about Cersei's.
Cersei's.
Yeah, I guess you could kind of admit her, but she's more of a magic user. Yeah. But she is. Yeah. But that's the thing is, like, right now you guys are struggling. But if you named any of the female characters in the Odyssey, you would be right.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's just a Greek pantheon character. All her villains are like Jason the Argonauts, Ares,
No, like
Zeus. Like,
but again,
on
that's
and
not
on.
that's not really the argument. It's like her comics sold. Yeah, that we had the show, which was phenomenal, much better than the movies.
Mhm.
But we craved that like that Trinity. We like this is the first time. It's a check that DC's only able to cash in once, and they cashed it with Zack Snyder. Unfortunately, they did Batman v Superman, and then they just pumped everybody in there, right?
Yeah.
So it made a lot of money. Should have made way more having Batman Superman in the same title. So like regardless how much money it made, it should have tripled the amount of money that they made. But it's a garbage movie. Right? So then if you get Wonder Woman her standalone film, there's gonna be a lot of interest. You don't even need to put out a trailer. People are gonna care because of the name behind the character. You got multiple generations. Even like my parents who are not like comic book fans at all, understand comics, maybe read one or two, but in their era, the Wonder Woman TV show really gravitated towards everybody, right?
So that's
Yeah,
what I was
yeah.
pointing out earlier.
Yeah.
There's different eras.
Yeah, but also Supergirl had her own Supergirl movie, as bad as it was. It was
Right.
connected to the most beloved Superman
Reeve,
to
yeah.
ever don the cape on screen, which is Christopher Reeve. Like,
Yeah, but I think that
yeah,
was
we-
based
we
more
s-
on his
Yeah.
emergency or his like injury that kind of like
And they
boosted
made it.
his
Yeah.
popularity,
Yeah,
right?
totally-
Because the
totally
movies were sucking at the end, man. Like that weird.
They-
oh yeah, the
Supergirl
last
Hard Guy
the three
or
and
whatever
two,
the fuck,
three
yeah.
and four, yeah.
The Sun guy was a fucking guy with he had the fucking Meg nails from Family Guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Atomic
that's-
Man. or
No,
something.
yeah. But like then we get a Supergirl show. We get Supergirl in Smallville. We get the animated series, which
The
they
animated
have
films, dude.
the animated
Yeah, they're
films
super
and the
fucking
animated
good, dude.
series, the Justice League series, where they had Supergirl, where like the storylines are very memorable. you
Well,
know?
there's a Supergirl
And then-
animated film that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking
So
awesome.
so it's like we're already getting stuff to like really prompt up this character, right? And now it's released in a film that's supposed to be the best DCEU universe we're ever gonna get behind James Gunn, and it bombed. It completely flopped. There's no basis to this character because this character is disconnected from everything that came before.
Oh, Psycho
She's not a hero.
Sorry.
She is James Gunn's version of Supergirl. She's not Supergirl. That's the big problem everybody's been having with it. Like, regardless of if you're a Supergirl fan or a Supergirl aficionado or you enjoyed Supergirl, whatever level you are, this is a completely new Supergirl that's completely unrecognizable. Just like the Superman, Dave Cornsweet Superman. You could still recognize some stuff of David Cornsweet Superman, but the Supergirl just sucks.
I think for what
She's
it's
a new
worth, David-
character. You could change the outfit and give her a different name. It's the
I
same
think for what
character.
I
you
think
know?
for
Like,
what
she's
it's worth,
not.
David Cornsweet does really good as Superman, but everything around him is bad. Like just everything around him. Like he
I
does
think
fairly
as
well
long
for
as he doesn't
Superman.
have the lazy eye, I think he could be a good Superman.
Yeah, but that's just nitpicking, bro. That was established. more with the
nitpick,
weird
dude.
fifth
Like
eyelid.
I've never seen a Superman comic where one eye's looking this way,
One
and the other
fucking
eye's
eye.
looking
But you
this
know
way.
what? I was talking
Lizard
to
man.
so Derpy. I got my opportunity. Amazon Prime, Superman's on it. You can watch it in 4K and go back and watch it again. I when I was in New Mexico, I had some
watched it,
downtime and I saw that it had it, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna maybe I like and I said Thanos sitting there before Thor cuts his head off, and Nebula admits that if there's one thing that Thanos isn't a liar, and then Thanos gives the line, you know what, daughter, maybe I was too harsh on you or whatever, and then Thor cuts his head off. That was me. So I was looking at Spider-Man or Superman, and I was like, you know what, daughter, maybe I was too harsh on you. I'm gonna watch you again. And I didn't get past the first 5 minutes until I was like, I thought he had super hearing. Like, why didn't he have this stupid bitch on his radar? The one that was like right next to his house that was like, the alien's going back. I'm gonna go check out his crib or
fair.
whatever. And I was like, I thought he had super hearing. Like, there was a bunch of like little things that I was like, these are the things that fucking got under my skin, right?
Right.
Corn Sweat himself, like, I thought he did fairly well. I didn't, after going back, even though it was a thing that everybody said they liked, I actually didn't like it as much. The busting of the balls to Superman by Lois Lane,
Yeah.
like talking to him, and then him and kind of like losing his cool. Like, I get it, but like after watching it, I tried to
Whoa.
establish in my head Christopher Reeve's Superman in the
Yeah.
same position. And I think it would have just been to the, hey, well, you know what? Like, I think I'm gonna go, instead of like having an outburst. Like there was like a little bit of things that I was kind of like, I don't know, like I was kind of like remembering as to like, hey, you know what? Like maybe this wasn't all that good. Like I did like the in between worlds between the black hole and the moving between dimensions. I thought that was cool, but then like the people in the cages acted very awkward. Like the acting, there's the scene where Metamorpho makes the sun right in his hands, and all of a sudden, like the people around him are like, "Up, guards, guards, up, guards, guards." Like they're acting super like, I don't know, like
Everybody acted like an NPC.
yeah,
single
like it was
person.
really weird, like an
That's fair,
AI
that's
version
fair.
of a human being.
Like it was very prominent that the way James Gunn and Hollywood thinks of regular people, especially with the
Maybe,
new
yeah.
stuff. Like think about it. Lex Luthor comes on
Like it's Marvel.
TV and talks against a Superman,
Superman, and then everybody
right?
believes
And then
him.
everybody just flips on Superman. Doesn't matter what good deeds he's
that
done.
was one of my things too with that.
Yeah, and then later, like it's filmed Superman talking to Lex, and then Lex confessing or whatever about
Yeah.
whatever, and then everybody flips on Lex like a dime, you know. And it's like that's not how this works. That's
And
not how
on,
regular people think. They investigate. On the
and-
internet, people like writing stuff, keyboard warriors, the whole monkey thing.
The monkey
that
thing,
makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, like not that monkey thing makes sense, but like keyboard warriors would do that. They would flip on a dime. But regular people wouldn't just be like, "Screw this guy," because I just saw a 2-minute clip of bad faith
Yeah,
Lex
yeah.
Luthor billionaire talking against the superhero who saves everybody.
And I was not a big fan, literally rewatching it, of the effect that James Gunn chose for flying.
It's
Like
weird.
the flying
Yeah, his-
effect was
his-
like when I went back to rewatch the scene when like Superman flies
was-
into space, like it
was-
was all over the place, bro. Like I was getting a headache trying to be like, what the fuck? Like
It was
Like,
much better than Supergirl.
like shaking. Like I don't know if it was like the camera shaking or like the fisheye lens they were using, but like it was very jarring for
You-
me.
You know, one of my criticisms of Supergirl, it looked like a Zack Snyder movie.
Really.
It looked like
You
a
know
Mad
what?
Max Zack Snyder movie, like the color palette.
you
and
know what,
everything.
Relic? I kind of
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I kind of
Okay,
agree.
so before we're gonna jump on because I mean we got time, but I know Derpy has like a bedtime. I always tell him I gotta keep on the Derpy dead bedtime.
It's
Unless
almost
he drank
11
a
o'clock.
fucking
It's
Red Bull,
10:30.
bro.
Come on.
Derpy's ready. He's drank like 12 Red Bulls. He's ready to fuck, dude. What was I gonna say? I was just about to say it. Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
What would you like to see going forward? Like, what is it that you're like? Okay, we know that
Supergirl
Green
dead.
Lanterns and Man of Steel is coming. Supergirl, for what it's worth, it's not good. Like, not that it's not good, but it failed, right? It failed. We could just admit that, even though it's good or bad in the sense of an opinion, the movie itself failed.
Right.
Mhm.
So, with that, like, what do you feel we need to see James Gunn do or apply to whoever's going to do the film? It could be him or not. Maybe he steps back now because he wants other people to take advantage because he
I think
sees
that's the
how it's grainstakingly like if you fuck up, like you can get fired for this. Maybe
Right.
he's going to allow other people to take the reins in the films, which is what Brian and I would talk about. Where he needs to be doing is let other people make the films, and he needs
Right.
to kind of like just take a captain seat, right?
Right.
Just his vision. But what is it that you would like to see going into the next two films, Green Lantern and Man of Steel or whatever, Man of Tomorrow?
Well,
What do you need to see?
Gunn said this basically that the whole DCU concept would, from the story standpoint, would be with lanterns, like the actual start of it. Besides Superman, like the thick of the story, I guess. But that's what I'm excited for. Man of Tomorrow. There's too many characters. I'll tell you that. There's
Man,
too many
that's
characters.
good. No, that's good. You're being critical. That's good,
Yeah.
Derpy. If that's concerning to you, that's that's
But
got to be what I mean. If that's coming from a fan, that's got to be like a major consensus that what probably all the other people are saying about it too. That there's a lot
but
going on or something.
right, I
So
will say
that's not bad,
Brainiac
man.
is that level because obviously it's gonna be Brainiac, the villain.
Yeah.
Uh, But at this point, I might as well just call it Justice League.
Mm,
Look,
okay. I
if
like that.
if let's say like James Gunn's not gonna get fired. Let's say James Gunn stays on. The best course of action he should do is do a one-off movie, a 3-hour long movie, where
Hmm.
this universe just implodes, and we
Honestly,
see we see
Like just
David.
reset it all or something.
Well, you could keep the same actors if you'd like, but let's say David Cornsett Superman is in a different
maybe
super suit, comes in from another universe, where they
maybe
are
something
meshing
like
this
a
universe.
war,
Yeah, like a
Let's see,
big
let's see.
war or something, and
like Justice
then
League War or Justice League Apocalypse, something
yeah,
like that.
and then we get to see
Then have Flash or
Superman,
something. Do
or
something
or we
similar.
don't even get to see like the proper the Universe Prime. We
Yeah.
don't get to see Universe Prime until the end of the movie, where like we get to see Superman die. Yeah, Green Lantern series villain is Ezra Miller with the Speed Force, probably also beating up pregnant women. Uh, yeah, but like let's say they make a movie where like all the heroes start dying, the villains win. Not only would they kind of get the audience back a little bit because it would be very shocking before it's like getting in before we even get like an Avengers movie, all the Avengers die, and then maybe that kind of incursion, there's like some sort of incursion where we get to see like Batman or somebody or Flash was in this universe using the Speed Force trying to save it, because if he didn't,
Something like war.
they would get
Yeah.
like a crisis situation. And then we get
Yeah.
to have a restart again of the same universe with maybe even the same actors. I would replace Lois Lane, but I can live with David Cornsweet in a better suit. And if James Gunn can be humble enough to even take David Cornsweet's notes, because he's had a little bit of a Mark Hamill moment talking to James Gunn, like, this is not Superman. Like, we need a
Or like
course correct.
in the back trailers or whatever, right? The
Back
videos or-
trailers, behind the
BTS.
scenes. Apparently, he argued a lot about how this is not a Superman character or whatever, but whatever. And
Nice.
then we get to see just a simple film of each hero, Batman and a villain, not Superman and the Justice Gang, and trying to start, because I feel like James Gunn is trying to do the catch up game without even trying to catch up.
Right.
Like the first
That's
Superman
fair.
film, I've always thought the perfect beginning of a Superman film would be Lex is a part of it, but the main villain is Metallo, and Lex wins at the end of the film. And Superman and Metallo go at it.
See, that's a
You know.
villain nobody's ever heard of either, really, besides the animated series and the comics.
Yeah, and I think it could flesh out Lex's character, and seeing how like he's a villain that could win without even being involved.
Mm.
Because I think the best Lex Luthor we've probably ever gotten was in Smallville and a little bit in Superman Returns. Even though that film is dookie, but I love it. But yeah, like he needs to. James Gunn needs to be humble
Clancy
enough
Brown.
to realize that Tom King is a hack.
Kelsey
He's-
Grammer could be a good Lex
He's a
Luthor.
terrible freaking person. And then actually get good writers and get a team. Understand that he's like Kevin Feige started Marvel not by himself. He was actually the worst one out of the group. There's a bunch of people. He was a politician. He knew how to get out ahead and fire everybody else. But
You know
as
what-
soon as, huh?
You know
Sorry?
what Gunn did? He got the
Got
he got
greedy.
the best like the no. He got the best like selling modern storyline comic writers, and he got them all together and said, "Hey, here's DC Studios."
But they're not even the best selling. They're just the more
Right.
like,
They're just.
Those
I'm
are
just saying
newer.
they're the
yeah,
modern
yeah.
storyline.
And we need to make sure that James Gunn stops trying to make his wife bone John Cena on screen, because that's insane. It's like that's
That's
like
fair.
the only thing he cares about is like, I want to watch my I'm a
He's like,
cook
come
and
on,
I
John
want to watch
Cena,
my
nail my
wife
wife, bro.
get
I'm a
nailed by
big
John
fan.
Cena. Yeah,
I'm a
it's
big
like,
fan.
what the
Come on, just
freak?
nail my wife.
Well, I was telling this to Chris the other day. What if I was somewhat in charge? Basically, you would have to base it off eras, in my opinion. Like different, like gold. You would pick like different storylines from different eras and follow it
I,
by eras.
I could see, I could understand that way of seeing things, but I just think like there's obviously clear comics that were popular and have good writing, and there's fans that would do this for free. They would
Right,
vent out which storylines were good, which what people hated. Like here's a crazy thing that Hollywood, for some reason, they believe everybody wants to see Batman and Catwoman together. That's not the case. Nobody ever cared about Batman hooking up with Catwoman. Maybe boning her and that's it, hit and quit it. But the only times we ever cared about seeing Batman get together with a chick, it was either before we found out Talia al Ghul was insane and Wonder Woman.
yep.
That's the only times where like, oh,
I think
and that one chick from Mask of the Phantasm.
I think 100%
Andrea.
what they need
Yeah.
to do is they need to bring a Tomo or a Mazo, the robot that's like that can steal other people's powers, and have him as the
That was
first.
he
Have
was an
have
awesome
him as the
character.
first like chapter of the story where he's created by LexCorp and sponsored by Vandal Savage and all leading to Darkseid. That's what I think.
Vandal Savage is one of my favorite villains.
Yeah, I think if you were to have him as like, if you were to place Randall Savage with Ra's al Ghul, like how they put him in the other Batman, like the movie with Christian Bale, but make it Vandal Savage instead, I think it's a way better
Good.
story because you can still have Ra's al Ghul be this like local fucking nut job,
I would love him.
but like but Vandal Savage working alongside Lex Luthor under Darkseid because he wants the Kryptonian in some way,
Vandal Savage.
and
is
then for Lex
awesome.
Luthor to try to fuck them all over in the end. I think that
Yeah.
gives us a solid 10 years of films. Like I 100% think that's the first great chapter to involve Darkseid. Like you
Yeah.
have the Amazo robot, you have it lead up a bunch of times, like you said, it wins most of the fights. They don't really know how to stop it. Then they get the Trinity together and they get better, and then they get the Justice League later. But by that time, Darkseid already has enough information and he's making his way to Earth. And you know what I mean? Like I
And
think it's a great concept that way because you have such those are like the three best villains in the DC universe, hands down across the board. Yeah,
No.
across the board. Lex Luthor, smartest human being, literally the real Superman in the story because he's just a man that's just super because he's hyper intelligent. It's like the most intelligent character in the galaxy. You got Vandal Savage. He's been the immortal guy that's been making all the moves in the background. So by that time, he's already established the Green Lanterns. He's established the 300 years of superheroes. He's established knowing that there's a dark side. If you want to even go like kind of mixing the Ultimates or the Absolute universe in and make it to where dark side's been embedded in the universe for years or in some way has heard about the
yeah,
what's that thing called the alpha code or the thing that Darkseid's always going for, right? He's always going for like the Pythagorean theorem or some shit. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, once Vandal Savage establishes all this information on the Kryptonian, he sends it off because he's already well established to a mother box. And then boom, Darkseid's on his way. Boom, you have your whole fucking setup. And then once Darkseid gets here, the mother box, he starts getting closer to the alpha code or whatever the Omega code. The Omega code. That's right.
no,
Once he gets closer to the Omega,
anti-life.
the anti-life equation. Once he gets closer to that, then you have the anti-monitor come in. Boom, you got your crisis event. All the characters get established in some way. Those guys are big enough villains. You can have Brainiac be a definitive idea of a mother box that kind of ran awry and got its own thing. Like, there's a bunch of shit you could do with it. But I think
Right.
that's the pillars they need to establish are the Trinity and
No.
then build around the Trinities through the pillars and make that
Yeah.
work. And
But
all
that-
three of those characters can be universal in all three of them. Lex Luthor
Yeah.
and Randall Savage can fuck off with Wayne Enterprises and be like a corporation. Gal Gadot with her science shit. Vandal Savage is like a leading collector in the world of the most historic things, and she has to fuck around with him in some way.
Well,
Yeah.
here's something that Marvel screws up and most comics screw up. They don't allow the villains to win.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
That's
for
everybody.
instance,
100%, 100%.
even in Phase 3 with the Infinity War, like Thanos didn't really win because it
No.
can all have been reversed. But there needs to be certain wins for the villain so you can solidify like this is not a joke. Like, why do you think the Joker killing people is such a big deal? Because like,
Yeah.
oh, people
Thing with,
dying, it's not a big deal because people die every day.
thing with that,
But the Joker actually making sure that the Batman can't save these people, massive deal.
Yeah.
that's a good
You know.
point, Rel. But thing with that, with the Joker, besides the animated stuff, in Ledger's version of Joker, um, the companies won't allow to go that dark in live
Yeah,
action.
they have to change it up for it to go that much
No, no.
darker. The only
Well,
thing
like
they kill is
they
NPCs.
made it even darker with the animated series, dude. Those laughs were terrifying. He
Yeah.
like killed them with laughing gas, and they were just smiling like.
Yeah,
in
but that's the thing.
comas.
They
That's
give you
worse.
an open-ended thing as to if they die or not. It wasn't
Yeah.
until like the animated films, that they actually told you they were dying. When we were
No,
kids, they
like
didn't really
like
put on
the
that
the
too
death
much.
stuff, and it's not just that. It's like killing off heroes. You know,
Yeah,
like one of the comics I always praise is the Crisis comics, where they killed off
Yeah.
Barry Allen, but then kind of made him live in Wally West's
Well-
brain because like he absorbed all those memories and all the trauma.
Well,
So
he
it's
also
really
lived in the
interesting writing.
Marvel heaven too. It was in some of the comic books in the Marvel
three
universe.
things I wanted
Suck
to-
me sideways. Who gives a damn? about
Yeah,
that?
there's three things I wanted to point out in DC that we really haven't.
choose your own
Yeah.
adventure ending. That'd be cool.
What do you think of the Mr. Miracle series, animated series Relic, and then that's coming out by Tom King, and then
Anything
Booster
attached to
Gorilla
Yeah.
Grodd is casted, and then one more thing I forget. Blue Beetle is the Man of Tomorrow.
I think first of all of them terrible decisions. I think
It's
The-
fucking
like
point.
anything attached to Tom King, you could guarantee it's gonna be a flop. It's gonna be trash. Even if it's not a flop, it's gonna be
Probably.
garbage.
I think
Blue
it's Darkseid's
Beetle-
casted in it already. So
Blue Beetle, Blue Beetle.
Blue Beaner. Yeah. Blue Beaner. That's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna call
yeah,
him. It's my choice.
yeah.
for
Mr. Taco Love, Blue
yeah,
Beetle.
Vix is a
It's-
sponsor. Fucking
Yeah.
Taco Lovin.
Like they're doing that for like diversity purposes because nobody gives a damn about Blue Beetle. The movie sucked. It's
I
a
don't know about
character.
that.
It's a character that would be way better attached to either the Teen Titans or the Young Justice. Like if they were to do that,
I agree on the Young Justice.
you know, they
thing.
could have
Yeah.
they could have done that. But he's always been a whatever character. Who cares about Blue Beetle? The most interesting thing is his Beetle backpack thing, where like he
Yeah.
just takes you over, and they have to control that. The Booster Gold is the only one that like might be good in terms of writing, but it's stupid to make that above a Batman film,
forgot to put-
above a Superman film. Like
Bringing that up also,
Yeah.
Booster Gold is being picking up, I guess, and then
the
Paradise
Amanda Waller
Lost.
series.
No, I don't think they're gonna do Amanda Waller at this point
Don't
because
know.
they gotta get it. They gotta get it going with the main
Blue
characters
Beaner.
like the Trinity and the other projects that they announced, like Swamp Thing and
Why don't I get these cool
Paradise.
questions to answer?
Paradise Lost has writers from what's it called? Maiden's Tale. What is it? Maiden's Tale on Hulu, right? And then I forget the Bridgerton. Two main writers are for Paradise Lost. So, and both shows are actually pretty good. Well, popular, I guess. But what's your
Yeah.
thoughts on that, Relic?
I think all
It's gonna
of
be
it is-
trash. No,
No, I think
Yeah.
all of it is a bad idea. It's not. I can't say if it's gonna be trash or not, but I think it's a bad idea putting those at the forefront when you could put other things at the
that's
forefront.
fair. That's fair.
Like, dude, it's like, oh, we're gonna make a Nightwing movie before anything DC. Like that's only
That's
the
fair.
fans are gonna know that. No normies are gonna know this stuff. Nobody's gonna gravitate towards this. They need a
It's-
heavy hitter. That like, dude, if one Green Lantern movie, pick any Green Lantern, and just make a Green Lantern movie, boom, you got a hit. If you write it well, you got a hit, man. It's adventurous.
Stewart.
There's space. It could be Jon Stewart. It could even be the damn squirrel for all I care. You know, but
It was the squirrel.
But like,
Get it
do
right.
something. Do something where it's a prominent character that
Right.
will be part. Like, they could even make an Aquaman movie without being attached to the Justice League, where like he hates the Justice League.
Well,
He doesn't care for the surface
right.
dwellers.
That's
You know.
that's why the DCAU like is a good has a good Aquaman. One of the better in, let's go interpretations of Aquaman because he's not really a part of the Justice League. He's more like
Yeah,
in the
he
beginning.
only gets involved if
Right. Right. If it's
if the
involved with the
surface is affecting
yeah.
the
So that's
Atlantis,
why
right?
it's separate. Right.
Well, like for instance, and this is my take. I've never cared for. I've always thought the biggest MacGuffin was Cyborg. So that's why I
Yeah.
really love the Justice League animated series because I thought that was a proper team. And then the
Yeah.
Teen Titans had Cyborg. You know,
Right.
like I like I've said this before. I love writing. One of the things I would like to write lore and attach things to characters, and even like my own little fan fictions. Something I've always thought would be great for Cyborg is if like that knowledge would be way too much for his teenage brain to handle. Like being able to infiltrate the internet, all the like the
I mean,
computers and this technology, so that like it could make him go
Snyder
insane
explored that a little bit.
a little bit, but like it can make him go insane, and so they have to kind of nerf it, like block it, kind of put like an ad blocker in his brain, so that like he doesn't like self destruct, or
Well, they already did that.
or turn into a bad guy. Yeah, I know they kind of did it, but
Yeah, they did it in the Undead Marvel Zombies version of the DC universe.
But I've always wanted to be like the Cyborg that we see in Teen Titans, where he's like maybe like 13, 14 years
Like
old.
a comedian, kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
comedy fun character.
Yeah, and he's just a kid. He's just a teenager who's trying to, like, through his maturity, like more things unlock, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He's not a MacGuffin that people could use at any time to be like, we need to infiltrate the internet. I got it. Plug me in, coach. Like,
That's the
it's
Justice
like,
League for you. The Justice League is all MacGuffins.
well, that's why I like the animated series Justice League, because it wasn't MacGuffins. Like they didn't win all the time.
Storylines. Yeah.
Like they had to be useful where the powers could be useful. It's also why Batman
Yes.
Batman understood his role. Like, I have to be a part timer because Gotham is my true calling, and I
Yeah.
can't even, and Batman can't even be useful 24/7 as a Justice League member. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So it's like they were very self aware. And the writers were very aware of who these characters were in the animated series. That's why it's so beloved, right? Because it's like, hey, no, we can't just have Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and everything. We can't have Superman and Batman teaming up every episode. We can't even have all the characters in every episode because it just wouldn't make sense. The planet Earth is massive. It's the same criticism that I had with like Star Wars. Like, one town is the entire planet in Star Wars, like the Disney stuff. Like they didn't. You could write a million stories for 100 years in Hollywood just by choosing a planet, right?
Right.
Like that's why like it was always so great when we explored in the DC universe, going to Krypton, going to other planets, where we got to see a part of that planet having the type of civilization they had. But it doesn't mean that there weren't other things in that planet that not even the Kryptonians were aware of. That's what's so great about exploration of your own universe. That's why I never liked different dimension jumping or crossing universes, infinite Earth stuff. But they eventually did do pretty good writing in the Crisis. Didn't really land, but they did a pretty good job.
Damn, where are my questions? Derpy, you didn't get to ask me these cool ass questions. I don't even know what the questions
Because you
are.
suck, Chris.
You suck, Chris. Yeah.
He probably knows my answers. That's why he's already.
No,
knows them.
I have a question for you.
All right.
Where'd you get the glasses, professional dude?
Fucking Walmart, bro. Gotta
Hell
read
yeah.
sometimes, baby. It's just what I got. Yeah,
How much
yeah.
you pay
All
for
right.
it?
So, are we pretty much solid with this stuff, the DC stuff? Did we kind of like talk about it enough, or do you guys want to move on?
San Diego has a final trailer or a trailer of Lanterns.
Well, okay.
And
Let me ask you this. Let me ask Derpy one question. After watching Supergirl and Even if
Yeah,
you liked it, it didn't match your expectations.
yeah.
Did that do anything to make you worry about lanterns and like the future? Because I know that you're kind of worried about Man of Tomorrow with all these billion characters in it,
Yeah.
but isolation, the Lantern show in and of itself, what do you think about it? Like, has it swayed you any? Are you worried about it at all? Do you still think it's going to be just as good as you're thinking about it like a month and a half ago, or like where do you stand on that?
Yes and no. Like, um, I'm worried a little bit because of the fact that there are the Reddit leaks and all that already. And then basically,
Mm-hmm.
what you said earlier is that they're taking away any right to say anything about it before it even comes out, and that kind of worries me,
Mm-hmm.
saying that they might have messed up really bad. But from my but in my heart, I wanted to succeed. You know, like I wanted to do good, and I'm just gonna wait and see it out until the show comes. I guess if that's a good answer.
Yeah, like I think everybody's doing that.
Right.
I know that it might sound like on the internet, like I know the YouTubers that you don't like. I disagree with how you perceive them, but um, I know when somebody's critical of like didn't like this trailer and this is what it looks like it's gonna be. I don't trust James Gunn. Totally understand that, but I think everybody is waiting. Like, I think all of us are fans, and we want to be
Right.
proven wrong or proven right. Proven right to the
Right.
positive and proven wrong to the positive. Like I've always said, I'm okay eating crow. I like, but I'm gonna call it like it is. I don't think the trailers do it justice. I don't think it's gravitating towards fans. I don't think it's gonna be good. I could care less about true crime. They only had one good season, anyways. So I'm going in very skeptical, but I would
Right.
be happy to come out and everybody see like you were wrong, Relic. This was great. I'm okay with that because I just want to watch something good.
Right.
I just don't have much faith in it.
I will
Yeah.
say though that if this doesn't succeed, um, Clayface and Man of Tomorrow are dead on arrival.
Yeah, I think so, but I also think James Gunn's gonna hold his job for a while because like you gotta see like why they announced so many things, right? So
Right.
a bunch of things were announced before Warner Brothers was sold, right? It's to
Yeah.
prop up the value of Warner
Yeah.
Brothers,
Yeah.
right? So, but then also James Gunn announcing all these projects that he has in place is
Yeah.
also to solidify him to keep his job for a longer period of time. Where like
Yeah.
even if something doesn't do well, he could make up some excuse and be like, "Oh, but wait, like there's more. But wait, there's more.
There's
You don't know
more.
what's going on yet.
Yeah.
Like there's more." So I think he might keep his job for a while.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just using his wife like a prostitute and just passing her around the studio. And then that's how he keeps his job.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
that's a
Who
good theory.
knows? Even if I was a
But
director, I wouldn't be like, "Hey, wife, get naked and let me
right.
watch this WWE wrestler just pound you to Pound Town, man. That's insane. Like
Here we go. Here
That's
we go.
fair.
that's
Well, we gotta
weird."
get to Marvel. We gotta get into Marvel first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What do we got for
Speaking of
Marvel?
degeneracy, Marvel.
Speaking of something else weird. Yeah, Marvel Universe guys. A bunch of stuff got leaked on the sense of what it is that's going to happen in Doomsday.
And Secret Wars.
Castings and a bunch of other nonsense. Who wants to take over?
Well, I think we should.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah, man. I know DC. I know. What is it? Derpy was probably thinking he was gonna come up here and be like, "Gotcha, bitch!" Like, you guys, you see, Marvel sucks too, and it's like, no, Derpy, no, we agree. Like, yeah, we're just not trying to stand on business on any of these because, again, like these people have kind of ruined a lot of the stuff that, like, 100%, dude. I have a fucking Wolverine tattoo, bro. Like, I'm a big Marvel fan.
Right.
And I am not at all excited for Doomsday at all. I think it's going to be probably the stupidest shit they ever do. And once that fails, I know 100% Battle World's going to fail and Secret War is going to be a fucking shit show.
Oh, but before we get into the
Did you
negative,
ever read?
there's some pretty good questions in the chat.
Yeah, shoot.
What's the off the three? What is? Well, they asked me, but
I'm
What
gonna
about you guys?
resend
What
those
is your
to you.
favorite like superhero in DC, and which one of the Trinity is your favorite
Like in general,
in general
like
on
favorite
DC?
superhero, and then
Favorite hero, and then also favorite out of the Trinity.
Constantine. I think Constantine's my favorite.
That's a solid
Like I
character.
think he's just an asshole. Like he's willing to just like fucking blow it all up for no good reason. And
Yeah, yeah.
Superman. I think Superman's still my favorite. I think in the sense of what it's worth, like the Superman concept never changes. I mean, Batman went back and was practically his own grandpa. But Superman has always just been
Yeah.
Superman. Like he's a
Gotcha.
Goku. He's literally Goku. So he just goes, fights people, gives them a chance, and if it don't work, his eyes turn red, and then he beats the fuck out of them, and then puts them in prison or some
Yeah.
weird ass place called the Phantom Zone, which is just rehab for really bad people. Batman, on the other hand, is like a silly goose. No, I don't want to kill people, but kills all the henchmen. Like, but never kills the fucking villain. And then when he does,
Something's in my.
and then
Not
Just-
on the animated series.
All right.
yeah, go ahead. What happened? Well, oh yeah. But Derpy never saw the animated, so he didn't even like it. Remember? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that for the
fake
rest of his
fan.
life.
Fake fan.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gonna be
I
a
just
mob
feel
outside
like
his house tomorrow.
Batman's MO changes and Superman's MO never changes. Like, just what it is.
I could see that.
Yeah, and that's
could
pretty
see
much what it
that.
is. Wonder Woman's never really a 3, so she's just like moral support. Yeah, I don't even, and
Yeah.
again, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. It's just like prove me wrong. Like
No,
what is?
I agree. They could do so much better with.
There's
Wonder
so
Woman,
much.
and they
That's
don't.
why,
Yeah.
like when everyone
Yeah.
was super hyped about like, oh, proper female representation. Here comes Wonder Woman. I'm in the back like this. Like, I hope they don't read the comic books, dude, because you're gonna realize there's not a lot of female representation with this female. Like, this chick's just there most of the time. She's just
And
fighting
she's
other
also-
females, dude.
And she's also just tied up in provocative.
Yeah, in super weird
positions,
manners. Yeah.
Well,
So,
like,
like, I hope they don't read
cra-
the comic books when they're thinking this is gonna be like a female centric character. Like,
Well, it's like there's so much richness in her lore.
yeah, 100%.
And just from the Greek mythology of our world that we understand, combining the two, it could be a perfect comic run, perfect storyline, but they
Yeah.
don't do it. They never really flesh it out. That's also why the animated series was so great, because they did flesh it out like quite a bit.
Yep.
No, I know. Like, it's just that, like, Derpy, same question. Like, out of DC, what's your favorite character? And then out of the Trinity, what's your favorite character in the Trinity?
Well, Trinity, the best character is Batman, so that answers that. And then, maybe what's his name?
Invisible jet in a skirt. Got it.
No. Oh, you were reading that.
Yeah. Invisible. She's just like invisible jet in a skirt. That's pretty much what it is.
What's his name?
Lord.
What does he look like, Derpy?
He
Detective
freaking,
Monkey or what?
no, he does like a tornado thing.
Oh, Red Tornado.
Red Tornado. Yeah.
Yeah,
He has
you
big
got,
teeth.
you got the name right. You
Yeah.
just missed the first part.
Yeah, yellow and red. Yeah, Red Tornado. He's a cool character.
Which one? Do you like the Lois Lane version, or do you like the
The other one, the
or
main
the
one.
robot, the real normal one?
Robot.
The
Yeah.
So you like the Vision?
Yeah.
'Cause that's just DC versions of Vision.
Yeah, Vision. Yeah, he's
Yeah, his
cool.
is a- original Vision.
gosh. Yeah.
That's cool though, man. Yeah. Red Tornado's pretty solid. He's like a mentor to the Teen Titans, and it's kind of like a good part of the team. Pretty solid work, bro.
Yeah. By the way, Dream Sigil says that Blue Beetle is like Inspector Gadget.
100%. But he smells like Vicks because he's like super bean or super
Yeah.
Mexican.
All right, so
Like I know that Derpy was like, nah, dude, Blue Beetle was awesome, and I was like, yeah, not as a Mexican guy. That was just like soul playing for superheroes, dude. As a black
Oh,
Mexican.
you know, like, look, I love X-Men 97. I have the biggest gripe with the Brazilian dude in it. That character needs to die.
Are you talking about what's his name?
Who gives a damn what his name is? It's
The
a
guy that
Brazilian
fixed this thing,
kid.
the engineer.
No, it's the one that's
Oh,
always
Robert
with the,
Acosta, Sunspot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sunspot. What a
Sunspot.
pathetic, like, whoever wrote them does not, like, that whole like implementing a little bit of Portuguese with
Like,
English.
just
We don't
sprinkling
do
it out
that.
there.
We don't do that, man. It's either gonna be super crappy broken English or it's gonna be straight Portuguese.
Yeah.
It's not like, look here,
They make
mijo.
it
Like,
Tex-Mex,
like, dude, it ain't Mexican.
Yeah,
Brazilians don't do that, fool. If anything, it's just gonna sound like a really bad, like crappy English. That's it. Like it freaking pissed me off, and it's like he's the most pathetic character, and like his mom is pathetic. Everything about him, like
Robert, of
a
course.
Brazilian wouldn't act like that. You know, it's the same gripe I had with Invincible with his mom. I'm like, there's no way she's Korean because Koreans are not this petty and pathetic.
True.
Yeah, like she would have freaking.
Well, that's the
Dude.
same. That's the
Yeah.
same vibe I had with the Blue Beetle. Like watching this dude like get dropped off by his whole family in a truck or whatever. Like his weird ass gay George Lopez uncle. Like
Yeah.
I was like again. I was very taken on the factor of VIX being a sponsor for the movie. Like I don't know if you guys saw, but Facebook had like a whole ad running
I
of
didn't know
Vicks
that. For Blue
Vapor
Beetle?
Rub for Blue Beetle as a sponsor, and I was like, dude, that's the most racist shit on the planet, dude. Like that's some
But hey, it's more
Representation.
stereotype. It's more
Yeah.
stereotype.
That's why I
but-
said it's like soul.
But
Flame.
again,
You remember Soul
everybody use Vicks. Everybody uses Vicks.
Yeah, but we don't know why. Like we rub it on our feet when we have colds, and we put socks, and we drink soda. We have the Wevel, we have the Frog. Like we have all these weird like.
Yeah.
But again, never
I'm
in
gonna
the
use Vic.
medical section do you ever see fucking a carton of eggs or Sprite for sale. Why do us fucking Mexicans need it for colds? Like it's.
Hey, I need it for a cold, man. My kids need it for a cold.
It's
I need my chest rubbed with some
Fucking
Vicks,
rubbing
bro.
the egg on you and Wevel, dude.
yeah.
Colita de rana. Like in my mind, I'm like, bro, this is like it literally reminded me of the movie Soul Plane. It was like the movie with all the black dudes with the airplane that could fucking hydraulics and it had spinners.
yeah.
And I was like, bro, wouldn't it just be a normal airplane? Like, how racist is this?
Yeah.
But it's its own culture, making fun of its own culture. I guess that's what makes it not.
Well,
racist.
like it just wasn't genuine at all. It was just like it's what somebody's idea they had of what a Hispanic person's supposed to act
yeah,
like.
all paid for. Like it's all.
Yeah,
it's all
it's
the
like,
directors.
oh, I saw the George Lopez show once.
yeah.
I'm
And then
gonna
it's
write
like-
Blue Beetle.
I like the fact that it's always going to be like, oh no, it's proper representation. Like there's a Mexican director that's in charge of it, and the writing is Mexicans, but they're all given the okay by white people that pay their bills, that pay all the whole thing. That they
And
have
those
to, like,
Mexican is
answer
just
to.
some gay like salon
Yeah,
hairdresser.
yeah.
And they're like
Fucking
that's
ridiculous, dude.
they say they're Mexican, but they were born in California and they don't even know Spanish. Those
But
are the people that
Derpy
are
said
writing.
earlier, like Derpy, like you said this earlier, right? Like in the sense of the path for the DC universe, Superman and Supergirl are like the first movies, but like Peacemaker was the origin of the Gunn universe, right?
Yeah.
But then James Gunn had also said Blue Beetle was the beginning of the universe because he's in it. Like James Gunn is so flip floppy, like he's
You're
the
right.
worst. bro.
That's fair.
Yeah, he's the worst, man. But no, I don't want to talk about James Gunn anymore. Fuck that fucking clown. I want to talk about the other two ass clowns, the Russo brothers making this fucking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's get back
All
to
right,
Marvel.
so
Okay.
First
Uh,
and foremost,
Yeah.
tickets go on sale tomorrow for Doomsday, regardless.
Yeah. So if you want to save
If you
money,
don't
don't
wanna see-
buy them.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to
just-
ruin
just
your
warning
life
you all.
and waste your time,
Just
go
warning you
ahead.
all before
Yeah.
it goes on sale, not to spend your money.
Also,
Go for it.
these spoilers. If you don't want to stay around, even if it's bad or not,
Let us spoil it, guys.
you want to spoil it.
You can't, bro. The movie's not gonna fucking work, dude. Like you can't spoil.
Toby
some-
Maguire
you can only
dies,
spoil something
everybody
that isn't
dies, and then
bad.
they're gonna retcon everything.
If
Because
it's
they've al-
bad,
yeah.
it's already spoiled. Like you don't eat stuff that's bad. It's already spoiled. The movie's gonna be bad. So what do you got? Tell me. I want to hear.
Well, I mean, I sent it to you.
No, tell us. We're in the chat. I'm not gonna send other people my messages, dude.
I didn't see the chat.
Derpy, what do you want to talk about? Go for it. Tell us what your take is.
You want me to read all of it?
Yeah, put it out there.
I can read all of it. Hold on.
Hmm.
I gotta pull it up.
They
There's a lot of
released
shit.
the synopsis for Doomsday, which is uh not
But
good.
Clusterfuck.
just by
It's a
having
clusterfuck.
Robert Downey
Yeah.
Jr. as Von Doom, it's terrible.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I agree. But let's get into it. I know it because again, it's super
I got it.
predictable, and I'll be the guy to put it out there. So the movie starts with Captain America going back in the past and fucking everybody over because he wants to get some puss, right? So let's
Right.
put that out there first. Goes back, bangs Peggy Carter, which is what he always wanted. It was never about the dance. It was about the horizontal mambo naked, right? He
And
wanted
he
the
just
other
became a
kind of dance.
pathetic character. He became a shell of himself.
He was willing
He just
to
wanted the most powerful thing in the Marvel universe is pussy. It's the most powerful thing in the
100%.
Marvel universe.
So when he goes back and creates the baby is the thing that fucks up the timeline, right?
Yep.
Not anything else. He could have gone back and just
Sorry,
not.
chat, if that was a little too
No. It's fine.
ungentlemanly.
Yeah, Odyssey is the same fucking thing. Pussy is still the major moving point of the guy Odysseus, so it's not like it's a lie. So, yeah. So Captain America goes back. Him and Peggy hook up. They have a baby. Then Loki shows up and is like, "Hey, man, the TVA is going to prune this timeline, and I know you're here from the future, but I want you to survive. So let me send you off to another place where you could be safe." And he sends them to the Fantastic Four universe, right?
Yep.
Minus the fact that Loki has no connection to Captain America in the sense of caring. He barely has it with his brother because that version of Loki was killed by Thanos, the one that we're thinking of. This Loki has zero connection other than Captain America hit him with a fucking jump kick at the ending of the Avengers movie. That's literally the only connection he has.
Yep.
So Loki, I don't even know why he went over there to fucking save this guy, but nonetheless, all right, good, fuck it. He sends Cap and Peggy and the child into Fantastic Four's universe, and then yeah, Vince Weaver's like, yo, Peggy has America's ass. I'm just saying, yeah, you ain't wrong, dude. You are not wrong. So they go to the Fantastic Four universe, and that's when their incursion starts because they're not supposed to be there, which isn't pruning. Pruning is different from a deviated timeline in the
Wait, I got one.
in the timeline because it just creates an alternate universe. But
Right.
them being in an alternate timeline starts to merge the two existences together, which creates an incursion, which is a different thing. So already, if you're below average at reading comic books, you're already 100% confused. So just like the famous line in not Guardians, but Endgame, when Peter Quill is looking at Tony Stark and says, "I'm half Xandarian or whatever, and half human," which means 100% of that's stupid about, or what 50% dumb of me is 100% you guys. So like again, like this whole movie is already confusing. This whole movie is already confusing. So the incursions start to have him, which the incursion happens. Victor Von Doom of that universe, Doctor Doom, sees the incursions coming, which he's always really good at for some stupid fucking reason. It's better in the comic books. For here, he sees it. But this Victor Von Doom has a wife and kids, and they both get killed when he tries to stop the incursion in the first place. That's what sends Doctor Doom to the Fantastic Four movie, and then he's like, "Hey, there's something going on. We need to work together. I think there's an anomaly on our planet." They flip the switch. Here comes a cool MacGuffin. It's like a pair of binoculars. They see Steve Rogers. They go to his house, and they're like, "Hey, man, you're not supposed to be here." And he's like, "Whoa, how did you bust me?" Yeah, we need to stop this thing called an incursion, and you're from another timeline. Do you have any idea? And he's like, "Let's go home and meet the Avengers," or whatever. They go to meet the Avengers, and the Avengers are like, "Wow, Captain America, you're back." Even though he was already back and he gave the shield to that fucking idiot. Like, again, how is he in another fucking universe if he's an old guy giving the shield to fucking what's his face? Did you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, Loki puts him on another existence, but at the ending of the other movie, he comes back as an old man and gives him a shield, which means there's like 4 Captain Americas in one fucking universe, practically. Like 5 almost. It's like, geez, I'd be confused too. They go to the 616. He introduces a Fantastic Four to all these people and Doctor Doom. And then they talk about how Monica Rambeau is trapped on another universe and they're trying to get there to stop the incursion that's going to happen on their planet. They go, and when they go, the X-Men are like, we don't know you. That's my purse. And then they just start fighting for no reason. Like, they just having an Avengers versus X-Men thing for no apparent reason.
Yeah, they're gonna kill off the
Wasn't
X-Men
that,
because they've already started casting for their new MCU X-Men.
But like they're
Chris,
not even giving them real reasons to do all of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bunch
No,
of
it's gonna be a bunch of nonsense to restart all the MCU. The entire MCU is being
you see,
restarted.
Derpy, I'm very critical of the shit I like, and this shit
I
is
know.
bonkers.
I was just saying, wasn't this like you pointed this out like months ago? It's like you were worried about this shit being X-Men and freaking versus the Avengers, right?
Yeah, dude, I
Pointed
think it's
you pointed
stupid.
like months ago or even a
Yeah,
year
it's
ago.
fucking stupid. Like, they don't. The only reason why we have the AVX situation is because of the Inhumans, and the Inhumans already been deleted
Yeah,
a million times
that-
over.
that-
Even
that
if
was
you want to get
terrible.
into like the No More Humans with Wanda, like that shit has sailed a long
Yeah.
time ago. Like, the No More Humans
That's the
thing
part.
is like, they don't need to do that at all. They don't even have a way to set it up properly. They've already abused all the cool things about this. So like, there's no way to get it.
And even I've been saying this like like the casual viewer ain't gonna know shit what's going on. Like they're gonna be confused as fuck, and that's what I was freaking.
Dude,
like,
everybody's already
worried
confused.
about-
we're
Even the
already
fans,
confused.
Right,
The MCU
right.
Yeah,
is
we're already confused.
screwed, man.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I
I'm
think
just saying, I've
what's
been
even
saying it.
crazier is the apparent very, very beginning of this film is Hugh Jackman fighting Tobey
Tobey Maguire's
Maguire's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
With Deadpool.
with Deadpool, which means that I don't know, but then again, that doesn't make sense because then Hugh Jackman's character is going to sacrifice himself at the beginning to die with Spider-Man.
You know what makes
Dude,
this
But there's
film
no
better?
way people are going to give 2 fucks about this movie if regular Wolverine is not in it.
You
Like,
know-
if
you know
Deadpool
what-
and Wolverine are not in this film, I can
Nobody's gonna
guarantee fucking to
Yeah.
you, people are going to be like, nah, this is fucking stupid. Like, I want to see them banter together because they're funny. Like, people are going to want to see that. Wolverine and Deadpool, fuck. If they kill this dude off at the beginning, that's the fucking first knife in the back to the fans, dude.
I will
Like,
say the
Derpy,
only thing
or
that could
not
save
Derpy,
this-
Relic, can you imagine that? Like, imagine the feedback that we got from Wolverine and Deadpool.
Dude, like, yeah, we were already upset because it was just like, it's a no substance movie. It's nothing. It's just,
But like,
Right.
but
Buddy
even
cop,
though it's no
like, that's it.
substance, that is like the
it was
most
entertaining as
fun-
hell. Yeah, it was so much
most
fun.
the Marvel Universe fan had in a very long time.
Exactly.
It
And
didn't even
then-
need to make sense. It could have been
Well,
them in a
here's
strip
here's
club.
the thing. This is the thing I constantly hear about, is that
Dream.
the whole point of Doomsday isn't even to make money. It's to get people talking about Marvel again, because
Yeah.
the conversations died down. Like the MCU, Disney, they
Dream perfect.
just
Yeah,
stop.
just stop hitting him.
Stop
He's
it.
already
He's
dead.
already
Just like,
dead.
Wait, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up,
smashing
bring it
this
up.
Yeah.
movie to the ground, dude.
Bring it up, Chris.
I want them to fucking bring,
Yeah.
dude. Vince Weaver, you're a fucking funny guy, dude. Can
Yeah,
you
imagine we
if
get
they bring in the
Eternals and
Eternals?
Doomsday.
My God, dude.
The Eternals will return in Doomsday.
Dude, if
know
they
what this-
brought in the Eternals, I would just
Dude,
shit
I
in the
would
theater.
I would
You know
set
what
the
will save this
theater
movie?
on
I'm
fire.
gonna drop pants and
Like-
take a shit in the theater, dude. If they bring,
You know what's gonna
Eternals.
save this movie?
It's gonna
with
be
Wolverine?
national news. Guy
it
takes
didn't
shit
come
in the
out?
middle of theater. Like, I'm not even gonna wipe right.
Dude, here's the
Like,
thing. Like this movie, it's dead on arrival, but
Yeah.
the problem with Disney and the MCU Marvel is that they want people to keep talking, because that's what props up really like excitement and entertainment for the MCU and to
they're gonna be
go
really
forward.
surprised when they start
It's-
talking about.
well,
it, dude,
it's
the
how they
hallway.
show their investors that like people still care about this stuff. Because
Yeah.
when nobody's talking about this stuff, that's when like people get worried. Like, hey, I put money into this, and I'm not hearing anything. Like, I have kids in school; they're not talking about Marvel. I have, like buddies that were a fan of this, and they're not talking about it. Like, where's my money going, right? So Doomsday is designed not. It should make money. That's the point of a product, but it's designed for people to keep talking. Because remember, these studios also do track how much it's been pirated. Because Game of Thrones, they were like Warner Brothers was almost happy that there was so many people pirating Game of Thrones. It was the most pirated series in history.
That's funny.
And it's because they know that people are watching. Because regardless of if it's pirated or not, they maybe might find some people, might go after those people, but those are also the people that are gonna spend money on their product. So even if they can't go after everybody, they know that there's gonna be way more people buying their product that are currently like proper viewers, right? So even if they were gonna keep track of people pirating Doomsday, because they want people watching this. They don't. Their goal is to just get eyes on it, and that's it. Get people talking again. And I'm not sure if it's gonna do that.
I will continue, Chris.
Various.
Synopsis. Continue the
Yeah,
synopsis.
well, we're
Chris.
talking about it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and Vince, like, isn't Robert Downey Jr. a vegan? So there's already a girl variant of Doom. It's Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And he was in
Freaking
Tropic Summer.
vegans.
There's already a black variant.
Yeah.
Continue
Like
the
what's cool is
synopsis.
Robert Downey Jr. is gonna play every race. He's gonna be like the Eddie Murphy of the Marvel universe.
He is the Eddie Murphy.
He is the Eddie Murphy. You don't even need to hire Eddie Murphy because he can play Eddie Murphy. Yeah. So yeah, they show up to the Avengers, or the Avengers show up to the X-Men, and they're like, holy shit, you guys look different. We hate different. Let's fight. Right? It doesn't make sense. It's like they're supposed to be the most accepting, like, that's based on like the people that aren't racist, or I don't know what people talk about the nonsense of the X-Men, but like they're gonna be like, whoa, you're wearing a Viking helmet, there's a girl with a gun.
Well, it's like when they made Captain America.
It's
It's like when they made Captain America hate mutants. When it's like, no, he's the most
accepting person.
Captain America's the most accepting of mutants.
He hated
Yeah.
Cyclops because Cyclops is a fucking fascist, dude. Like after he the Krakoa incident, I mean, fuck, after the Phoenix saga, this dude literally kills Charles Xavier because he's like, you're too soft, bro. It's only about our race. Magneto's like, bro, chill out. Like, I'm not even that fucking fascist, dude. Like, I'm not even that pushy on the mutants being the ultimate race.
Yeah, man.
And he's like, shut up, pussy. Like, yeah, dude, like Cyclops turns into like the biggest fucking a-hole ever in the X-Men universe. Like, that's why I'm super
That's why
surprised.
I did not
as
like
to,
that comic run.
Dude,
I
that's why
hated
I'm
that.
super
I was
surprised
like,
when I
you
hear
gotta
about
be
the-
Who thought of making Cyclops the villain? Who did this?
Dude.
Like, somebody raise their hand in the studio. Who did this?
It's so weird, dude, because whenever I'm watching fucking people talk about X-Men 97 and they're like, oh, Cyclops finally getting his dues or whatever, I'm just like, let's hope they don't get to the Phoenix saga and they learn that he fucking kills the fuck out of Charles Xavier for no reason.
man.
Just because he's like, nah, bro, you lost your way. You're a pussy.
Yeah.
Mutants or die.
It reminds me of the scene with the Tom Hanks movie with the Somali pirates. Where like, hey, I am
I'm the
Captain.
I'm the
Captain.
captain now.
Yeah, Cyclops. And then Magneto's like, Cyclops, you killed Charles. Why would you? And he's like, shut up, gay boy, or whatever. Like, dude, he's just so horrible, dude.
He might as
So
well call him a
mad, dude.
stupid Jew.
Yeah,
He's
dude,
like,
100%. Even
"Shut up,
right now in the
stupid Jew."
Krakoa, Cyclops is like the wildest motherfucker on the planet. So
Yeah,
like,
man.
I don't understand where people are like, oh, Cyclops.
Look,
oh,
look,
he's such a good guy," you know, like-
I think it's more of like the previous comics, especially in the 90s and 80s. But it's also because the movies never really gave Cyclops his due.
Cyclops sucks,
So-
dude. He just
Hey,
shoots
I
lasers
don't
from
think
his
so.
fucking eyeballs,
That's
bro.
your
Like,
opinion, Chris.
yeah, no, he's just
F
he's
you,
not
dude.
even like he's not even like a fucking like a super soldier. He's just a dude that shoots lasers. I don't know where they get the idea. That he can,
I
like,
get that his power isn't that crazy, but he's the guy that unifies everybody together.
he's blowing his knees out like Conor McGregor 900% of the times in a fight, dude. Like, I don't understand where they think this guy can, like,
nobody said he's perfect.
40-foot backflip off of
Nobody
a wall
said he's
and land.
perfect.
That dude's cracking ankles and fucking, he's icing the day after a fight, dude. Like, even if he goes up and punches a sentinel in the leg, he's just like, you just hear the boom, 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 boom.
That's What If season 3.
It's not going nowhere, dude. It's not going nowhere.
Dream Sigil says there's an evil Cyclops in the parking lot blocking better stories with the writers of the evil Cyclops. Please get him out of the way.
Yeah.
There you go. What If
No
season
shit,
3.
dude. Like 100%. Like Cyclops is like, they build his character up because at first he's like a Boy Scout, and then later on he's just like banging a bunch of clone Jean Greys, like, and just getting them all.
We're getting that in 97 right now.
Know
yeah.
who to fall in love with. He's
that's so stupid. I always thought like
cheating. It's that I'm just misunderstood because they're all the same girl. Like, it's not even the fact that, I'm cheating. They're all the same. How can
right now in X-Men 97, I thought it would have made sense that he was like, what's the chick's name? The bad Jean Grey, whatever her name is.
Madeline Pryor.
It's the temptation of the
I was like, oh, he should marry Madeline Pryor, and then Wolverine should get the original thing.
They're just passing them around, dude. By now, they're just making Jean Grey like this fucking Timu knockoff version of herself, dude. Holy fuck, dude.
She's the blow-up doll of the X-Men world.
Wolverine's just weird in it. He's just like trying to bang Morph. Like, he don't even know what he wants anymore, dude. He's just waiting for Jubilee to graduate so he can be like, what's up, girl? I'm only 300 years old, man. Let's get it.
You're an animal, Chris.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking an animal. Wolverine, man. He's got claws. He's an animal too.
Hey, I don't think he's trying to bang Morph. I do think Morph needs to die, though.
I think he's what?
I don't think he's trying to bang Morph, but I do think Morph needs to die.
Morph is gonna die. It's just his destiny in the whole fucking show.
Yeah, he needs to die like immediately, like ultimate death. Like his head gets cut
the
off,
only reason
body's
where Morph is
incinerated.
gonna die is when they establish Mystique's character more, because it's the same.
That's true.
It's the same power except Mystique's hot or whatever. Like,
yeah, and
Morph
they
is
made
just
him.
a
They
dude.
made him all flamboyant and like they insinuate that he has the hots for Wolverine. I'm like,
yeah, 100%. Which I don't even know where they came from. They used to just be friends.
Yeah. They used to
Wolverine
just be friends.
literally hurts because they kind of left him in the dust with the Sentinels in the first episode of the original X-Men.
Yeah.
That was kind of like where the whole story came from. But they were like, nah, bro, Morph really wants that little Wolverine pecker, dude. That's what he wants. He wants to see the seventh claw come out. Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants to sink in the third hook, dude. Yeah, so so at the end, the X-Men,
I hate you so much.
they're gonna just fight in the parking lot of the X Manor. They're just gonna fight it out. No one wants Girl Scout cookies. Everybody's just mad.
Fight out, dicks out.
Yep. Fight it out with wieners, bro. Sword fight. Let's dock, baby. Magneto will be screaming Charles X's name. Then Doctor Doom's gonna be like, "Gotcha, bitch," and then start fucking everybody up. Apparently, like, he just goes off and straight kills Captain America's kid, which I don't know why Peggy and the kid are out in the fucking battlefield in the first place.
So it's
gonna be
apparently like
"Gotcha,
Victor
bitch."
Von Doom's kid dies, and then
Sham out,
had
clam
to
out,
do
dude.
something with Captain America because Captain America's incursion thing because he wanted to hook up with Peggy, and so that's why Victor Von Doom's kids die, and then Victor Von Doom goes back to kill Captain America's kid to be like, we're even now because of your screw up. You killed my family, and that's pretty much it. That's like the start of this whole thing.
Fantastic.
It's because of Captain America's end game.
Fucking
crap,
Russo
Bravo.
brothers. Fucking awesome, bro.
Good job, Russo brothers. You
At the
freaking
end of
hacks.
the day,
I hope the
You
fucking
stupid sluts.
I hope the fucking baby unravels like Drax in the fucking Thanos thing.
what
like
did we learn
ribbons,
here,
dude.
folks? What did we
Like,
learn
I
here,
hope
folks,
that it's
with
just like
lesson?
the weirdest death, dude. So we can be like, my God, Russo's like,
Here's
that's
another-
a baby. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
What did we learn here, folks, with the lesson of this movie?
Don't
Marvel's
suck
in
dick.
bad shape.
Oh yeah.
Don't be
Word.
tempted by the coochie.
Yeah. Don't be the power of the puss, dude. Jam out with the clam out. Absolutely correct, Dream. Absolutely. Um, yeah, apparently Victor Von Doom, like at the end of this, kind of like again stands up and
Yeah.
he's like, haha, got you bitches or whatever. Fucking zips Captain America's son out of the spot. And the whole thing is he wants these people to attack each other and fight so that way the incursion is happening at the same moment and for the universe to explode so he can rebuild it in his image. But the incursion is only one of, I mean, if they don't explain this, they wouldn't, because Kevin Feige's a big dumbass and he'll probably go past this, which is the incursion happens in that set between those two planets and then continues on in different multiverses. So Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, and Owen Reese, the Molecule Man, all go out into the multiverse and start stopping incursions. And then Thanos and the Black Order and Namor all just jump in a spaceship and are like, "Yo, so what you're saying is there's a bunch of multiverses that are going to explode and we can show up and just kill everybody?" Bet. So Thanos and this group of guys in the comic book just go out there and start killing people. And Namor joins them because he's the guy that blew up the initial incursion that was happening in the multiverse in the 616. So the Illuminati was like, "Bro, I can't believe you blew up a whole planet that was going to smash into ours, and if we didn't kill it, it would kill all of us. Can't believe you were thinking about us. You're excommunicated. Get out of here. We ban you from this planet." And he's like, "Okay, I'll just join Thanos and I'll just go around killing other planets." And Doctor Doom's kind of like, "Yo, why didn't anybody come and ask me for my help? Like, I could have helped. Like, I knew it was coming." So this fucking story is not gonna. It's bad. I
It's
just want, you
such
know
a
what I was
mess.
thinking about
It's
the
I'm
other
such
gonna
day?
a
be
mess,
real,
man.
Chris.
I just want to see what they're gonna do with Kamala Khan's character.
I'm gonna be
Like,
a real Chris.
just her. I just want to see what they're gonna do with her. What's up, man?
Secret Wars sounds far worse than what Doomsday is doing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't know what they have for Secret
I
Wars.
agree.
I don't know.
I
what they
read
have
it.
for Secret Wars. The
And
comic
it
book,
sounds
or are you
terrible.
talking about
No,
the
the
synopsis?
leaks. The
Yo,
leaks.
tell me the leaks for Secret Wars. I have.
Dude, I don't want to know anymore.
No. Come on.
I hate this.
I
I hate
have
this
It
so
sounds
much.
terrible.
anti-boner listening to this
Who
stuff.
cares?
Let's go.
Who cares about Marvel? It's gay and retarded. We
It's
get
okay.
it.
This is the anti-boner situation. I want to hear the idea, because I talked to
This is the
Triggers.
first time that I'm getting put to sleep while talking
Oh,
about
man.
superheroes.
Basically,
I'm
by
like,
the end of Doomsday, he creates Battle World, like the Battle World,
Uh-huh.
of course, and he's on the throne. But in the for Secret Wars, this one says basically a year has passed since Battle World was formed by Doom. Most of the residents have no idea, basically, yada yada yada. They have no
They have their brain
mindset of
swipes.
yeah. Um, they have like all the past lives have been rewritten into roles,
Yeah.
and Chris,
Yeah.
and then the only three basically these are all the characters that have somewhat of a memory of what happened before. All three Spider-Man.
I thought Tobey Maguire died in the first part of the other one. How are all three there?
He
No, Tobey
recreates
Maguire
them
So okay, look,
at the end of the
Spider-Man
movie.
at the end of Doomsday, everything's retcon. Everything is like the MCU restarts. I'm talking about since Iron Man.
Is that really that they're going with?
Yes.
Is that what they're gonna do?
That they're revamping
Yes.
the whole thing.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. All right.
It's
Tobey Maguire's
stupid.
back. All right, cool. I'm back. All right.
Andrews as well, and Tom. Namor, Young Avengers, Vision, She-Hulk, Deadpool, and Sadie Sink, Jean Grey, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Rich. Basically, the main characters that you need for Secret Wars are there.
But you know what's crazy is they're not the main characters of Secret Wars, the comic book.
Right.
Yeah, you mentioned Young Avengers, and that's already making my fucking nuts hurt, dude.
Right.
Like, that's already that's so stupid.
The
They
Young
form a
Avengers.
resistance
Sure.
after realizing that Doom is not just a ruler; he's the engine of reality itself. Battle World exists because Doom is actively maintaining it using Loki's stolen power.
Sure.
They break into Battle World domains. They split up and travel through different domains, each acting as broken patch of the old universe. I'm trying to find the last.
Go.
I'm trying to figure out where it is. Okay, there it is. That's the next one. I'm trying to figure because I have them in separate orders.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. No rush, no rush.
That one. Trying to figure out where it is. I think this one's. Hold on.
It's such silly goose stuff, bro. Like,
It's just not a very good plot.
yeah,
Let's just
no,
say
no,
that.
no. I agree.
You think?
Right.
You think?
I'm like, I
Trying to figure
agree.
out.
Look, the only thing I care about Secret Wars right now, the
There it
only
is.
thing
There it is.
I would like to see is these two together. That's it. I don't even care about the story anymore. Like, they can't
They
give me
search for
anything else.
weaknesses in Doom's structure, recruit allies who are beginning to glitch, regaining memories of questioning reality. Doom commands an army of Thors, with Doctor Strange as second in command. He also has
Yeah, the
Coven
Thor
of
War.
Witches, and of course Loki's still in power.
Covenant of
And it,
Witches.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Dude, who cares?
Okay.
Who cares?
Is it the one from Star Wars?
I don't know.
Covenant of Witches from Star Wars?
The
you
lesbian
imagine?
space witches, man?
It's gonna be the fucking Agatha Harkness show, like all the witches that are there, the ones that were like just
Yelena,
fucking forgettable, dude.
Yelena serves as his third in command, though, as she has
Oh yeah,
powers.
Agatha Harkness is gonna be like a major player, which is
Where?
ridiculous.
Right.
In Secret Wars, I believe.
Entry is
Why?
taken. He is held captive under a lock and key under another key figure. Doom keeps his Steve Rogers, the only person whose memory is deliberately preserved. Doom hates Steve and wants him to witness his victory to see that Doom has won and build a new family while Steve has lost everything. Instead of directly attacking Doom, the resistance forces it on focuses
Battle
on
World, yeah,
turning.
they gotta
Oh,
be-
I
Yeah,
also
whatever.
heard we're not even gonna see Steve Rogers in the Captain America suit.
Yeah, never, bro. He's not
Yeah.
Captain America anymore.
He is,
Are
and
we
for always,
racist? Of course he's not
forever
Captain
will be.
America.
Yes, we are.
Meanwhile,
We
Clipper
racist.
Guy, Hugh Jackman,
Yes.
and Steve Rogers, who escaped
It's only
from
common
Doom
sense to
prison.
be like, he's gonna be in the Captain America outfit. No, are we racist? No, dude. He's just Steve Rogers now.
He's Steve Rogers is Captain America.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know this because we still celebrate
Yeah.
his birthday every year as Captain America. But no,
Exactly.
no, but no. Marvel, like, one moment they're like, he's not Captain America. Happy birthday, Captain America. 75 years. Thank you so much for selling
Yeah,
and
yeah.
making us millions.
It's
of dollars.
like they're saying like, oh yeah,
Basically,
Miles Morales is Spider-Man, but they still put Miles Morales
Basically,
on the toys,
Chris-
and then it's just
It's
Spider-Man.
still Peter Parker, Spider-Man. all
Basically,
that.
Sorry, go ahead,
Chris-
Derp. Yeah.
basically, Chris, that this whole plot is bullshit because in the end, it refocuses to where Steve Rogers is on that bench in Endgame
How?
when he's old.
How?
I don't know, but that's what it says.
How? They can't even get that to make sense right now. With
Dude, hey,
sending him into the Fantastic Four universe.
Just don't think about it, man. Just don't
Yeah, yeah. If they
don't
don't,
think
if I don't
about
have to explain it,
That's
makes-
that's
Basically,
the
years
whole
later,
MO.
Hulk-
Like our fans don't think.
yeah.
Just don't think about it.
Basically, Steve asked the TVA for a favor, and years later, the older Steve Rogers is visited by the TVA.
I
They
can't
bring him
hear
back
you.
to
You gotta
this-
speak up. You gotta talk the nonsense into
Ah.
the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, Steve asked the TVA for one last favor. Years later, an older Steve Rogers is visited by the TVA. They bring him back to 616.
Oh yeah, the TVA is
At the end
still
of his
involved. I hate the TVA.
After saying a final goodbye, Sam and Bucky
TVA.
returns with TVA to reality where Peggy and his son live. The end.
Man, you made me so depressed, dude. Like
Yeah, and it's not even your fault.
I forgot the TVA was a thing. It's the dumbest thing to ever be.
Well,
in
I told you the
comics.
TVA was
to
gonna
be in
delete his
MCU.
universe
So
at the
basically-
beginning.
TVA can lick my balls, dude. Like
So
freaking
basically-
TVA sucks. I hate him so freaking much. Sorry, Derp. TVA, I hate you, TVA.
So basically, both movies are bullshit
Oh
for
yeah,
money.
yeah. I got that part. Like,
Agreed.
for money.
yeah.
It's
Well,
just-
the
it's
Secret
the
Wars
ending.
comic book originally was made for money. It wasn't
Right.
until the recent one that came out, I felt like Hickman or whoever wrote it, that it was like coherently a pretty solid story. But like,
No,
no, the comic book was solid.
that not the ending.
Which part?
Secret Wars.
No, it was
But
solid
this Secret
for
Wars
Doctor
sounds
Doom.
terrible to me to say.
For Doctor Doom to be fighting in front of Owen Reese in the White Room, right? And the White Room was where the with the creational area for the Phoenix Force, right? The White Room is the thing that he's sitting in, which is like they call it like the shores. Like there's a bunch of names for it. Like for him to be fighting Reed Richards and for Owen Reese in that moment to be like, oh, you know what? Here are your powers, guys. Like, go ahead, fuck each other up. I want to see this. Like, it's about time we see you guys bang it out. And then for Doctor Doom and all of his glory, for him to go back to his original comic book thing and be like, it's not the fact that I think I'm better. It's I think you could have done a better job. I just hate the fact that it's always you. And like him admitting it, then Owen Reese is like, there you go, got my answer, bitch. And then boom, resets it, you know, gives the Fantastic Four, which again, they needed to remove the Fantastic Four from the comic books because they still didn't have the rights and they wanted to kind of like not make the company money because they didn't want to make a Fantastic Four film under Sony or whoever, Universal or whoever owned it at the time. I forget. Because they wanted to make a Fantastic Four movie, but they didn't want to do what they had for Spider-Man. So they had to remove the Fantastic Four in the first family the same way they did the Inhumans, same way they did with kind of like the X-Men. Like they've been doing that shit for years where they were removing them from the comic books. And then to get them to be like, all right, cool. Like, since we're not going to make the stories of the Fantastic Four anymore, let's just have them fuck off. Like, let's just have them go into the galaxy and they're going to go create the multiverse and all this stuff. And it kind of like feeds into the Maker. Like, I'm surprised I haven't heard shit about the Maker yet. Like, that's one of the things. If they bring the Maker into this, like, I'm done. I'm 100% done. The Maker is the Ultimates Universe version of Reed Richards who goes completely evil, and like he's like
try to
the
do
Look what
crazy,
Dream said.
smartest
They kind of
dude.
try to do that with Kang, the Conqueror.
Look what
Yeah,
Dream
but Kang,
said,
then
Chris.
you know Jonathan Majors goes and beats the fucking shit out of a chick, and like you know does a bunch of random weird shit, and they're like Marvel's like, oh fuck Johnny Depp or whatever, like so they kind of like cut him off, and now they're like, fuck. I mean, he only beat the shit out of her a little bit. It wasn't as bad. Like, we
And
should
she
like kind of offer
apologized.
him a job
Yeah.
again. Like James Gunn talked about fucking kids. Like,
Oh
let's
yeah,
give this
and
man a
that's
chance.
another thing to point out. Remember, James Gunn went, not to go back to James Gunn, but James Gunn like fired everybody except for Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller. So if you beat women,
Yeah,
or
you're
pregnant
cool.
women,
Yeah,
you're cool,
that's
you're
not
cool
so
in
bad.
Hollywood.
Like, that's
It's
not so
all
bad.
it's
You're
chill.
redeemable. I mean, fucking Ezra Miller went
As
to
long
war
as
with
you
Hawaii,
beat
bro.
women,
Yeah.
you have a job in Hollywood.
I just think it's one of those things like, you know, I'll vouch for Ezra Miller. You know, 5 a.m. walks into two random people's house in Hawaii and is like standing there and he's like, I need your passport, your phone, and $20. And I'd be like, if you give me like 20 minutes, I'll just grab my GoPro and go with you, bro. This sounds like an adventure. Like,
Yeah, this is gonna
like,
be great.
to vouch for Ezra Miller, he was just like on a wild like shroom like fucking thing, and he was trying to get the highest stars in Grand Theft Auto Hawaii, dude. That's all he was doing. Like enough that I keep telling people he was in Hawaii. Jason Momoa could have been like, hey, bro, like come over to my house. I'll take care of you. Like you're kind of tripping balls. And Jason Momoa is like, nah, fuck that guy. He can fuck all of Hawaii up. I don't give two shits about this dude. Like he could have helped him out, but he didn't want to help him out. But going back, right? Yeah, Marvel's trash. Like yeah.
I mean, if you think that's bad, you should listen to the casting room.
That's why we came full circle. Like
Yeah.
that.
I
said that right in the beginning. Like, why do we continue this for like 40 minutes?
If you think these two plot lines are like plot synopsis are like trash,
They're bad,
until you
dude.
hear
They're
the- wait
not
until you hear
good.
the-
They're not good. They're not good.
casting
And
rumors.
100%. Hearing you say, Young Avengers. I'm telling you, bro. When you said you have Young Avengers, like I got the hardest inner boner that I was just like, this is gonna be fucking bad, dude. Like
Yeah.
the Young Avengers, like, what are you gonna do with America Chavez and Kamala Khan? Like those two characters against Doctor Doom, Ironheart. Like Ironheart's gonna be in this, guys. Like you have to know.
Oh, yeah.
Ironheart is
Shut
gonna
up.
be in this. You have to know. If you
Shut up,
Yeah, brother.
dude.
Don't put that
already
juju on
admitted-
us, Chris.
You already admitted that Agatha Harkness is a major character in Secret Wars.
I know. I just
And
don't like being reminded of negativity all the time.
The impressive part is I have a good amount of
Mhm.
knowledge about Marvel.
Right.
And in that idea, I cannot find you a coherent way as to how Agatha Harkness can play a normal fucking part in this and make sense. Even
Because she doesn't have a dick.
Shang-Chi,
Right.
That's the
like
only
even
reason.
Shang
Right.
fucking Chi, I cannot come up with an idea on how he uses fucking idiot. He only has rings. The moment you remove that, he's just Jackie Chan. Like,
A really garbage Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Like-
I do not understand why you guys think that movie is good. It is a garbage film.
I think for
Shang-Chi
what it's
is
worth,
trash.
it's just fun.
It's not fun. It's stupid.
He has a like a DBZ moment at the end.
I don't
which
don't
still
like the Blasian
understand.
voice. I don't like that everybody's better than him at everything because they watch YouTube videos. Like the thing that pissed me off the most is like his sister knew kung fu and martial arts because she pretty much just watched him. I'm like, you
Mortal Kombat
you
2.
can't freaking watch a YouTube
Oh,
video
Vince.
on fighting and then step in the ring with John Jones
Yeah,
and
100%.
win. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Dude, I had this like this is like why I liked Birds of Prey. It had a start that was kind of funny and then it went all over and then it wrapped up. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Secret Wars is going to do that. Like it's going to come
Yeah.
in, it's going to take
Yeah.
itself way too serious, and by the end of the movie, everybody's going to be like, "What the fuck?"
What the
like,
fuck?
yeah, they're going to be like Captain America at the end of the
Well,
other movie. and he
they
was like,
probably are gonna wake up and be like, did I miss like 70% of the movie? What happened?
yeah, how did this all start,
Right.
dude? Like, oh man,
Vince,
man.
look what Vince read, Chris.
Oh, Vince, he said, question for Chris. Would you watch what you're hearing Doomsday or Love and I would watch Thor Love and Thunder like more than this.
I wouldn't watch either.
No, you only have a choice, bro. It's two
You gotta have a
punishments.
choice, yeah.
Pineapple straight or pineapple sideways, but you got to get it. Like you might as well go for the least painful variation of it.
How about
Man, dude, like-
selling a double barrel?
Yeah. What is it? Corbin, what is it? Kurt Cobain in it. Oh my God, I watched
No,
Mortal Kombat 2
no.
last night for a reminder. Birds of Prey wasn't amazing, but at least it was contained. At least it's contained. Man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a spicy pineapple, especially when it's inserted
like
anally.
first off, like what's hard about it is Doomsday does not have a coherent story from the Marvel Universe landscape. It's
Right.
not based on anything.
Yep.
Unless you're doing it on time.
Well,
Runs
like,
Out
how
or
are you gonna
Road.
introduce Doomsday or Doctor Doom without the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
How are you gonna introduce
Yeah.
Doctor Doom without it being like, without it being part of magic?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna
Yep.
do like the whole technological, like it's
You know
practically
what my
gonna be
major
Doctor
concern
Doom,
is?
but Tony Stark is gonna be behind that mask.
You know what my
You know.
major concern is with that? Is there was that argument a while back, and I get it, but I don't get it at the same time, where people were like, you don't always need to have an origin story for all the heroes you involve or whatever.
When you're introducing the baddest villain ever,
Well, yeah, hold on.
Marvel,
We're going
right.
to lead up to that. We're going to lead up to
all
that.
right, my bad, my
But
bad.
There was a huge argument, and I know everybody heard this, where they were like, "Look, I don't know why Marvel keeps doing this. You don't always need to give us an origin story." And their argument was, "We know who Superman was, right? Then they make Superman, and they don't give us an origin story, and then they tell us Jor-El, has all of this like weird harem and all of this other stuff, and that Jonathan Kent is still alive, and he plays a major factor on him becoming a bigger man in the story compared to Man of
Yeah,
Steel, where
and
the
Clark for
dad
some
dies
reason
early and
doesn't
he has to
give a
learn all this
damn.
by himself, right?
Yeah.
So in that factor, that already alone destroys the argument as to why an origin story is very important to a character. Now, if we get an origin story for Doctor Doom, then you find out, okay, he was on the ship with the Fantastic Four when they all got their powers. He was very conceited and full of himself. He wanted to marry Sue Storm.
So wait, are you telling me? I'm just realizing this that
Yeah.
basically Doom, his origin in this version, is basically Miguel.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as if you break it down. It's the same thing
How
as
dare you, Derp? How
as
dare
the
you
found
bring
as the
that up?
let's just break it down in the sense of what it is, because we don't want to get too many people confused.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom's origin is the same as the Fantastic Four in the original story. He is in the same cosmic storm, except that he's imbued with like cosmic energies, and then later on he develops magical powers, but that's because it's based in his family history. His mom was Romanian. She was a gypsy, or Liberian, or whatever you want to call it, some made up country, but nonetheless, it's still the same thing. Then from there, he's all like, Fantastic Four. Reed, you took my girl that I was in love with. Like, fuck you. I'm jealous. And then you're always smarter than me in college.
Power
I
of the
was jealous.
coochie.
And then he kind of like comes into some other powers. And then the Fantastic Four come together and beat the fuck out. They just gang up on a one guy and beat the fuck out of him. It's like a 1-on-4 fight. That does not establish why Doctor Doom is such a badass villain. It's all the years of him doing such fucking crazy, like, out of pocket, like, villainous shit. Like, he's like Thanos. He'll show up at your house and fucking tie all your shoes together so you trip and fall, so that 5 years down the road, when your fucking hip is messed up, he's in the corner like, gotcha, bitch. Like, that's Doctor Doom.
He delivered Reed Richards' baby just so that he can tell Reed Richards just so that he could let Reed Richards know, like, without me, you would have never had your kid.
Yeah.
Your kid's alive because of me. Like,
petty,
dude,
super petty.
Petty as hell.
And
he's super powerful.
And then to acknowledge that when Sue and Reed have the baby,
superhero.
they have Valeria Richards, who Valeria is named after an ex-love of Doctor Doom. And then Reed's like, even though you've tried to kill my family numerous times and send me off to the Phantom Zone in multiple dimensions, I would really like you to be the godfather of my child. And then he's like, yeah, I'll be the godfather of Valeria. I'll always take care of her. And in your mind, you're like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Like, how are these guys villains if they're so, like, interactively, like, still working things and still, like, how are you inviting him to the fucking carne asada? Like, how are you still inviting this dude to the barbecue, but he wants to fucking murder you and your wife and bang your fucking wife too? Like, how? Like, how? Like, that's not the first, like, imagine someone you truly fucking hate. Like, someone that's tried to ruin your life and make you homeless, and you still invite him to your daughter's quinceañera, dude. Like, the fuck, dude. But we don't, like, without all of the inner stories, you do not know why Doctor Doom is evil. The normal person is not gonna know. So I'm telling you, when the moment comes when Doom, like, stretches his hands out and starts floating with all his magic, 80% of the audience is gonna be like, oh, okay, like, what's
okay,
he doing?
that's a power, I guess.
Yeah, like, why
nobody's gonna know, like, the backstory with his mom.
Cool.
Nobody's gonna know, like, the secrets that he embedded with the dark magic.
Mephisto,
they're not gonna know Mephisto.
A lot,
they're not, like that, like how he made a deal with the devil. All that, like, dude. They're not gonna know
now
nothing.
He's cool with Ironheart, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, dude. I'm not even, like, trying, dude. I'm not even trying. All of this randomness, dude. It's so crazy, dude.
Stop it! He's dead.
It's so nuts, dude. It's so nuts. I want to, like, there's a part of me that wants to be excited because we are in the era of superhero media and we're getting, like, the ultimates of the stories.
Yeah.
You all right, bud? Family or what? The babies?
Oh yeah, I just forgot, like, how late it was, and and I was like,
what do you got? 11? It's 11:40. It's almost 12, right, for you guys?
Yeah, it is 11:48.
Yeah, it's gonna be 12 right now.
You're good though.
Yeah, but, like, there's a part of me that wants to try to anchor onto something that I think is gonna make sense, but I can't. Like, I just can't. Like, I can't, and I'm very optimistic about seeing, like, the X-Men.
Well, this is the thing that we've talked about James Gunn, right? With Marvel, it's like it doesn't even matter who's behind it. Like, we've seen that they haven't cared since Infinity War. Yeah. I'd say even since before that. Like, Infinity War was all right. It's one of the better films, but there's a massive flaws, especially with Thanos. And then we get Captain Marvel. Then we get Endgame. And regardless of the accomplishment, it's a garbage movie. And then we got remember, phases 1 through 3 was like 50 hours of content. We got over 100 hours after phase 4 and 5. Like, remember, we got a Black Widow movie, and all of it is garbage. There's lore. There's no attachments. We don't know what's canon, what isn't. Like, it's all just trash. Like
Yeah,
he had
it's very hard to gravitate
and
to.
even the things that were good weren't even that good. Like No Way Home, fun time. 40% of the movie is nonsense. 40%.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange doesn't act like Doctor Strange. I like the movie. I have a fun time with it, but
Wanda
it's
sucks. Like,
yeah. Wanda became the biggest villain in the entire MCU and
Yeah.
throughout multiverses. Like
Not to mention
she
she
became
kills the
worse than
professor.
Thanos,
well, you know what?
and they
It's kind
treated
of crazy
her like
because
So it's
Wanda
like,
is a very hot-headed character in the comics. Like she's very like out of control, which I understand, and I'm okay with them kind of like making her into this like just really out of pocket chick. Like after the whole like no more X-Men, like no more this and that, thinking that her babies were real. Like she really fucked over a lot of people in the Marvel universe.
dude, she put babies in closets for a month,
Yeah.
took them away from their parents, enslaved an entire town.
Yeah, she a crazy
and
hoe.
then because she was like, I don't have a gun, so I'm not bad.
Yeah, she a
And
crazy
that was
hoe.
it. Like the
Yeah.
FBI's not gonna arrest her. Nobody's gonna take her to
Yeah,
like
she-
bury her deep under the
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah,
This
she
is-
a crazy.
this
she
is
a crazy
insane.
asshole. She a crazy
Yeah.
asshole. In the comic book, she a crazy hoe. So like them making her a crazy hoe in the movies, I'm not too like.
She a crazy hoe
on-
because the experiments, the abuse, Magneto
Yeah,
not
there's
being
trauma
part of
to
her
it, right?
life, and then trying to utilize her. Like, it makes sense why she a crazy hoe
Yeah.
in the comics. This is just like, oh, your vibrator stopped working, aka
Yeah.
the Vision,
Vision-
and
Vision's
then
literally a
you went
fucking
insane
vibrator.
creating a family
Yeah.
in your head, and then you enslave a town. This is not something
That's literally
you know
what it
a
says.
sane
Never mind.
person would do.
Right.
That's funny. Yeah, Vision's just a AI vibrator, dude, with arms and legs. But it's so crazy, bro. Like, I want to like. There's a part of me that wants to gravitate to this to be excited, but I just don't know what I would be excited for if they were to be doing like a close representation of the Secret Wars comic book.
Yeah.
I would be excited because there's a lot of really cool, interesting things I've talked about a million times. The Black Panther scene, the Red Skull scene, the Thing, Galactus and Reed. Even Franklin Richards is so underutilized in the Secret Wars. Like even he's like a benched character. But like there's so many cool stories. Maximus the Mad, the Thor Corps, Jane Foster working with all the old Thors, all the different variations of the Wall, She-Hulk. There's this really cool scene that I don't know if you guys remember from Secret Wars. Logan, old man Logan, kind of like falls into a part of the above the walls that separate all the different Battle World universes, right? And he lands in the Marvel Zombies universe, which is like the prison or the executionary scene as to what Secret War has, where God Doom punishes people. And one of the only survivors is She-Hulk, like the original Jennifer Walters or whatever they fucking call her. She's one of the original survivors. And when Wolverine lands there, there's like a silhouette of her, like just covered in blood and just tired. And she's like, she says something in the sense of like, oh, I guess I got to kill another one of you. And old man Logan's like, whoa, chill the fuck out, time out, pump the hate brakes, Thanos or whatever. Like, I'm not a villain. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. And then there's this like really cool like, wow, you're not one of them. How did you get here? And then Jennifer Walters is like, wow, you haven't been contaminated, like you haven't been changed, like where are you from? And she kind of tells him like, or he kind of tells her that I'm from somewhere else and I don't know where I'm at. And she's like, I think I get it. You don't belong here. And that means like there's like hope. Like that's the first iteration of like there being hope to break the Battle World spell or whatever.
Yeah.
So she grabs him and says something in the nature of like if he remembers the fastball pitch, and then just like throws him above the wall. And he just like goes up, and I think like he lands in, I don't know, like the Iron Man one when the Iron Armor Wars, the comic book Armor Wars,
Yeah.
which is like very cybernetic and very cyberpunk. And when he lands, it's the first time that you're introduced to Storm with the hammer. And she's like, you're not from here. And again, like look at Relic's face. Like he is like, again. But this was
That
during
sounds
a
cooler.
time in comic book history where we weren't really getting a lot of like these cool crossovers of characters. So to see Storm
Yeah.
like all majestic with a hammer of Thor, a lot of us were like, "Holy fuck, that is
Well,
cool."
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, it doesn't feel the same way because of all the nonsense we've been dealing with. So like, if we get a Storm
Well,
with a hammer,
it's like
it's not gonna
like
feel
at the
the same.
time those comics also it was cool to see, but then it was just like wouldn't it be cool if this happened and then they did nothing with it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It was the
That
Thor
was the
core.
big problem. No, because it was like they introduced these really cool ideas, and then by the time they actually did something with it, like the Storm with the hammer, it was just
Yeah.
to subvert the male heroes. You know,
Yeah.
that
Oh
the
yeah.
female heroes were always better than the male, and it's like, no, like this originally was just a cool idea, and you could have done a actually genuine story, but then you did just a bunch of bullcrap.
Yeah, 100%. Like I get that. I don't think that's at all not a valid point. I just think for that moment alone, since Storm was a very prolific character with like lightning bolts and shit, having her
Oh,
like
Storm
weld,
is awesome. She's one of
yeah,
the best
having
characters.
her like having her be a wielder of the hammer in a thing called the Thor core, I think it made sense. I think it makes
Gotcha.
sense, and it introduces you to the first idea as to what the Thor core was. That it was like a policing force to keep people inside the walls, and I
Yeah.
thought that was cool. Which is a very big nod to the Green Lantern. So the
Mhm.
Green Lantern core being in that nature.
Because it was
Yeah.
also they were trying to so they did the same thing in DC where they tried to make a different type of prison than the
Mhm.
Phantom Zone because they thought the Phantom Zone was too harsh. Even
Oh
Batman
yeah.
criticized Superman's like, "Oh, you're not killing people, but how do you know you're not doing something worse?"
Mm-hmm. True.
No.
True. Yeah, but yeah, this is gonna be a fucking shitstorm. It's gonna be a fucking
Yeah.
shitstorm. Yeah. What else we got to talk about? Derps. What else you got, man?
Um.
What you say about San Diego bullshit?
Yeah.
Spain won the World Cup.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
yeah. World
Spain.
Cup.
F you,
Hey.
Argentina.
Yes.
Screw you, Argentina. You
Yeah.
guys suck. I hate you.
Yeah.
No,
Justice,
for
we
Spain.
still here. We just
I
got done
guess-
talking about all the Secret Wars nonsense and
I
what's
guess
the other
X-Men
one?
casting?
Doomsday, right? The Doomsday.
Go ahead, Relic.
releases. Yeah.
X-Men.
Let's go
casting.
Spain, baby.
Yeah.
I
so-
honestly care. I could care less about anything, and like anything live action related. I could care less about, and that's like I'll
That's
point this
sad.
out. I remember when all we wanted was to see these comics, animated
life.
series come to life in live action, right?
Mhm.
We all had our fan cast in our head, but regardless, we just wanted to see the story alive, right?
Right.
And then we started getting some things right. You know, like for a lot of people, the beginning of the DCEU was Batman Begins in the Dark Knight, and we thought that was going to lead to something.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because remember we got during the Dark Knight we got
Superman
Iron Man,
Returns.
and then that's where it's like if they're doing Avengers, dude, we're gonna get the Dark Knight, and then we got Dark Knight Rises that sucked, but then it was everything was up in the air because then we heard Man of Steel, that Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan were a part of that, where
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan was the executive producer. So it's like, oh shoot, we're getting Christian Bale Batman with Henry Cavill Man of Steel. We're gonna start the Justice League. This is gonna be awesome.
What?
And they did nothing.
Yeah, we didn't get anything.
And-
Where's the trigger, Relic?
Where's the trigger?
Where is
Hey,
it?
dude. Yeah, I hate
Oh,
that. You'll never give it to an ordinary citizen.
the actor that passed away from Jurassic Park. I mean,
Oh yeah,
he's an
that's
older guy, man. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't that old. Like I think he had cancer.
What a
and-
lovely,
yeah.
lovely voice.
I love
Yeah,
that
it's
guy.
pretty sad. Nobody ever wants to see anybody go early, but like
Yeah.
you live a good life. It's just what it is.
Maybe James Gunn though, but
Oh my god, stop, dude.
I'm
Nah, but,
not saying.
Yeah, Marvel's a little bit weird, so we'll have to see how it goes. But boys, other than that, I really don't know if there's anything else to cover. I know we have a Comic-Con coming up, so we'll have to see what.
Like I know we have a lot more to cover, but my brain can only handle so much right now.
It's
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much. Oh yeah.
I'm talking about negativity.
Yeah. Speaking of negativity and talking mad shit about stuff, Derpy, you saw Odyssey, bro. Tell me about it.
It was shit. Terrible.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah, finally
Nice.
a base take from Derp, my man.
Nice.
I enjoyed
He's
it.
seeing the light.
Liked it,
He's
like-
seeing the
He's
light,
seeing
ladies
the
and
light.
gentlemen. Praise the Lord. Can I get a hallelujah?
It's so hard.
No, it was
Uh,
all right. It was all right.
You had a good time?
Yeah. It was a
I'm gonna try
popcorn
to see
movie.
about going to watch it because it is art and it's interpreted differently. And I know that Christopher Nolan, for what it's worth, he is a guy that
Respectable.
fucking does good films and makes movies and makes things work. Like, so if he's saying that it's an interpretation of what he believes it should be, I got to give it a chance. He never really dwells
I
in
doubt it.
fantasy. Like, he doesn't dwell in fantasy. So I know that there's a bunch of
Yep.
there's
They
mythicals
made it. They
and
made it
legends and
grounded.
all
They
that
made
shit.
it
Like,
grounded.
Yeah.
so
Dude, I doubt anybody's vision is to see the one chick as Achilles.
yeah, but she's
Yeah.
not, right? She's not Achilles, right, Derpy?
She
Nah,
is.
she's like the way that they wrote it out, and I kind of got the gist of it, which is like, okay, it was a character like Aegeos or Agios.
How about you go watch it? How about you go watch this crap?
I'm
and then
gonna
you
watch
tell
it.
me about
I'm
it.
gonna watch it. Like, but I
You
don't know if I'm
and
gonna
there's no
spend
way.
money
Look,
on it.
look. Helen of Troy is supposed to be one of the most beautiful women that ever existed.
Yeah, I know.
And even if you make her black, you didn't choose like a really good-looking black woman.
Damn, and that's
No,
because
no-
she looks fucking.
No offense to the
gorgeous
current
in Black
actress, but
Panther
like, come
too,
on.
bro.
You
She's
can like
super
even
pretty in those, man.
even today's like age of Halle Berry, you'd still put Halle Berry above her. Come on, bro.
Like,
There ain't no way.
I love Lupita Inganu, or what's her? I forgot her last name.
Lawando.
Lawando. I think she's gorgeous in Black Panther. Like, they
I
make her look
think
so
I hate her
beautiful.
in Black Panther. I also hate her Korean. Come on, y'all. Like she
Oh,
freaking
no,
sucks,
it's not
dude.
Korean,
that was
though.
terrible.
Her Spanish is good, but that's because she grew up in
Who gives
Mexico.
a damn? Who gives a
She
damn?
grew up in Mexico.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I know. But
But doesn't she claim
I
she
don't
grew
give
up
a
in
damn
Mexico and
either.
claims she's from Africa?
well, I mean, because she's an African person, there's a lot of like people that have mosey on into other cultures and live there because their parents get work or whatever.
So we're all children of God. I don't claim that I'm from heaven.
yeah, but I don't speak good Korean, and I don't claim to be Korean either because I don't fucking dwell in that
Exactly.
shit. But like,
Exactly.
she's very
Relic
much
is
on
spicy tonight.
I'm always spicy.
Yeah, Relic's always on it. Relic's always on it. He wants to pick on it. But
Lupita might be beautiful, but she ain't the most beautiful.
yeah, 100%.
All right.
100%. But
All
like
right.
again, like Christopher Nolan decided to
There we
take a
go,
lot of
Kyle.
fucking. Well, it's Chris Nolan, right? Christopher Nolan. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking a
There
lot of
goes
liberties
Kyle.
on some shit.
Well,
And
the thing
again,
is, he
like-
doesn't have to play this game. He could have truly, because this isn't just an artistic form or
Autistic.
interpretation. Autistic. This is the Odyssey. It's one of the. By the way, the Justice League animated series, or Batman animated series and Justice League, Batman points out the Odyssey. The Odyssey has been in culture for a very long time, and it's part of Greek culture. Okay, there's been many interpretations, but none as liberal and as insane as Christopher Nolan has marketed.
Nice,
You
Kyle.
know,
Good job.
like it's supposed to be more fantasy. And from what I keep hearing, and Derpy could probably speak more to this,
Yeah,
but
Derp.
from what I keep hearing is like he grounded it way too much. They didn't focus on language. It just sounds like a bunch of like nowadays English speakers from America talking.
You know what? Yes, I would
Yeah,
agree with
yeah.
that.
You know,
Kinda
like,
gets you out of it
I
there.
heard even one of the best scenes, the Cyclops scene, was just brushed by really quick, and it's just all
It was.
politics and stuff. And like, not, like I saw a clip of Matt Damon because everything does need to be picked apart. When he's like pulling the arrows, he's just doing this, like practically shooting a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
Like,
He's not using a
there's
good
no
technique.
resistance.
Like,
There's no proper form. There's nothing.
there's a lot of points that take you out of the immersion, right? Is that what you're kind of talking about, right?
Yeah, like there's nothing to make the audience believe that this is ancient Greece.
And
That
even
that this is because there's fantasy and then there's fantasy that's related to a time period of our world.
yeah.
Okay, just like Lord of the Rings. The reason why it's formulated that way is like the way it's made sense that way is because we can relate it to the real world. Same with Greece. So like it'd be stupid to take a story from Brazil and just fill it with a bunch of Asians. You know, before there was all that migration. It would be stupid to make all the slaves of Africa all from India.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Because we need more Indian representation. Like, that's insane.
Derpy,
Like,
you when you saw the movie at the beginning, there's like a crawl that says something about like the
Jesus,
world
Sarge.
kind of
Yes.
having magic or something like that. What does it say?
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
That like the first 10, 15 minutes, the pacing was so quick.
Okay. I
They
know that
like
in the
just
beginning they
drop
said that
you
there's
in it.
like some words that come out, kind of like the way Superman has like the initiation of like having like words come
Yes,
out, and it says something in the factor of like in this world it's interpreted that there might be magic, like something like
that's
that,
what it
right?
says.
And
Yeah,
it's kind of weird to me because that's the entire culture of like the story of Odysseus and a lot of like the Achilles story. Like all of it is kind of like it's kind of drowned in magic and all of this like mystery and it's the first stories.
yeah,
It's the first comic book superhero stories if you break it down, like mythology and all this other stuff. It very correlates to that.
yeah.
Even like the idea of like the fucking Cyclops. If you look at
I agree, Kyle.
the giants, the ones that eat people and shit like that.
Yeah,
Achilles himself is a legend that's apparently been dipped in the waters of like Olympia, but he's held by his foot, and that's why he's like immortal. Like there's a
He's
lot of
held
like
by his Achilles heel
by his
mother,
Achilles tendon
so
when
that
they
she would
dip
be
him in.
he would be protected by
Yeah,
Zeus.
because he's like there's
'Cause
so
Zeus was
many like
after
there's
him.
so many magical and even like the sirens and the visit of Athena and even
Dude, it's rich. It's an extremely rich mythology.
but I do like the approach that there is this like that a lot of the things that Odysseus is dealing with when the gods appear or when something happens, that it's very much like him kind of like dealing with psychological PTSD and he like almost imagine is like there's a scene with Athena, right? Where she's
yeah,
sitting with him at the beach and it kind of tells you why it would be a person like Zendaya and not like this blonde-haired mythical
Yeah,
creature.
they have to put a 14-year-old in there.
No, but there's a reason. There's a reason behind it, and it's based on trauma that he dealt with in a real life situation. And now he's having this like he doesn't know if it's a dream or real. So he's kind of like it's It's an interesting take as how Christopher Nolan kind of like brings together the idea of like the Zeus, the Poseidon, the Athena, these characters, and then be like outside forces, but Odysseus in his trauma and him dealing with like I don't know like concussions or CTE or whatever is personifying these people or these things into like personalities, I guess you could
Dude,
say.
here's
It's an
here's my
interesting
thing.
take.
Like, look, when somebody kind of completely reimagines an adaptation,
Yeah.
just name it something else and write it differently. Like, you could take the same movie and it wouldn't have been egregious if you just didn't make it in that time period. You didn't call it the Odyssey, and people would be like, "Oh, this is just like a kind of a knockoff of the Odyssey in some other type of fantasy element."
Yeah, but then
Good,
when you
except for,
do
like,
that, you're
that's-
kind
well-
of taking the idea that nobody should ever have the opportunity to interpret poems and stories.
To have an interpretation is one thing. To completely butcher something because you think your idea is better is another thing. Because
'cause look,
because like
the-
okay, this place takes in Greece. That means most of these people are gonna be Greek, right?
well, the
So
story
the
of,
Greeks have a certain look. So
yeah.
there's no interpretation of who a Greek person is.
yeah.
There's no interpretation of what Greece looked like. We have evidence. We have
Yeah,
this
we
stuff.
have historical
So
evidence.
we have like the historical part of it.
We have the
in this
inspiration of what it's
mythology.
based on.
Yeah. We've had multiple. We know what a Cyclops is just by the name because we've had multiple iterations.
Yeah.
Just like the X-Men Cyclops, the reason we see is because he has one blade covering his eyes.
Yeah.
They didn't call him goggles and just keep him glasses and lift it up.
SpongeBob
Oh,
the
and
They
movie.
wanted Cyclops to have that freaking blade across his eyes. So it's different. It's not just like, oh, I can interpret this my way because I'm an artiste. F you, fool. Like, there are a lot of things that is not up for interpretation.
Yeah, but you're talking
There-
about
you-
like
you can't do that.
But that's the thing is you're talking about some unwritten law that they can't. It's a free world to do however you feel like you
Yeah,
want.
you could do whatever you feel like, but again,
but it has
like-
to work.
but
not-
it has to work. So it's not
Yeah.
going to. When you take something that is a piece of history, it's beloved by multiple cultures.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. So you're just taking the piss. You're just trying to get Like Christopher Nolan doesn't have to play this game. He was the hero of Hollywood, where he was the director that could do whatever the hell he wanted if he wanted to. They wouldn't have anything to say. But guess what? He wanted to play the game because he wants another trophy from his friends to shove it up his butthole and to pat him on the back, being like, "You did a good job.
Yeah.
You put diversity, you put inclusivity, you put all this bullcrap into this story, and now we've alienated everybody who truly loved the Odyssey, anybody who's ever read the Odyssey, anybody who cares about Greek mythology. You screwed over those people so you could feel better about your artistic vision. That's wrong. I don't care who you are. Like you can't take Batman and put him in a Sherlock Holmes outfit and call him Batman. You know what I mean? You could redesign the outfit if you'd like.
Well,
But
I
it
mean,
still has to have the ears, still has to have a bat. Like, I don't like what they did to Robert Pattinson's suit, but you could still tell that that's a Batman suit.
yeah,
It sucks, but it's a Batman suit. He's got the
'cause
cape,
it's
he's
still
got the
based off
symbol.
of that.
Yeah. So it's not like there are things that can be you have artistic liberties, but interpretation, that is a line that you should be very careful when you walk it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like even with all of his grandeur and like you said, being this prolific director that apparently is like the king of Hollywood, like even at his popularity, like maybe he just doesn't let this work because of his thing. But like I've heard people, and this is what I was talking about Derpy, like Derpy liked it, but Derpy likes a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like Derpy was entertained. I've heard other people say like that they were entertained by it also. And yes, there were some parts that let them down, but nonetheless, still entertained.
Dude,
The
anything's
idea
gonna
of,
be entertaining. Like I hated Superman. There were parts that I was entertained. You could have things that you absolutely hate and be entertained by it.
And be
There
entertained.
might be really good scenes in a garbage movie. There might be really good scenes in something that is like completely offensive to you, right? The entertainment is subjective. Okay, like the my point is like if you want to write your own story, there is no
By all
shame in
means,
have
yeah.
by all means go write your own story. But don't have a story in mind and then you want to change it because you want it to fit your way of thinking. The Odyssey is pretty clear cut.
yeah.
It isn't like you could take some artistic liberties like you were saying about
Yeah.
maybe you could see if it's about Odysseus trauma, all that stuff. Cool. But everything else, like seeing it from a perspective, like let's say he took the story of the Odyssey and just
think-
took a soldier and saw.
Hold on
and
real
made a
quick.
s- yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Derpy, I think Derpy, you need to head out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Derpy needs to
All
get
right.
out. So Derpy, I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
All right.
See you,
Have a good
Derpy.
Hey,
time.
fellas.
Yeah.
Good night, brother.
Later's, brother.
Good night, Relic.
But
Yeah, we'll continue on a
hold,
little
hold
bit.
up.
Yeah.
My headphones are acting up.
No way.
Okay, I got you.
All right. I was like, no way, not again. Damn it, Derpy.
No, I,
Uh, no, but
no,
yeah,
it's my
I mean,
computer.
You're
It's
absolutely
definitely my
correct.
computer.
Like,
yeah.
if you're going to be doing like some type of interpretation of something that's already been established, like you're taking a huge risk by trying to. But it's
you're
like
not, you're
like I
not
said,
taking
it's
it.
so
That's the
hard,
thing.
bro.
The risk today is just by doing a copy and paste.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
Hollywood doesn't want you to do that. But the thing is like you can have these artistic liberties to do whatever you want when you're like, I'm gonna take the Odyssey and I'm going to go do a story about just some random soldier in the of Odysseus military, right?
Yeah, that's the
Like-
Elliot Page
like-
character,
Nah, disgusting, stupid.
and it's made
But-
up.
but
too.
we
Like,
didn't
it's
see
a
we
whole
didn't
new, like,
see
it's
the
not
movie.
even a real character.
We
like,
did. It's not like we saw Elliot Page and she was the star of the movie. We didn't see that.
100%.
Right? We like if she was the star of the movie and we took her story and her character and we're just following her around and we see like was clearly straight out of the Odyssey and then we see her perspective, it's like fine. We see that. Great. Like we know that that's part of the Odyssey, but then we saw how a lady soldier would have seen it who's on the side of Odysseus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a totally different thing.
I want to
And
say that this
that's
is more
okay.
of a dissection of the Odysseus's character, and I think it's because of the fact that it's kind of like one of the most prolific hero's journey story ever written in man, right? I think it really was because from the way that I get this story is like you look at the Elliot Page character, she's not very important, but she's the only character that is like the shame of Odysseus choosing to do the sacking of Troy and how he screwed over a lot of his soldiers and he fucked over a lot of people and them going to war in Troy because of the fact that like even Helena Troy when she leaves for the brother, right, and they start the war and they start the sacking of Troy, like they make it seem like she actually didn't want any of it, like that she was forced to leave, which of course like that's already a huge mistake because in the story like she falls in love with the brother of the dude from Troy, the prince. He falls in love with the prince guy. Like
Yeah, she's a
literally like
whore.
chooses to leave
She
the
doesn't know her duty as a wife, and
Yeah.
then just whores out to a pretty boy.
yeah, but instead what they're trying to do is they're like, "Oh, well, you know what? Like it's not cool like women representation." She actually wasn't a lady that cheated on her husband for a younger guy that was more handsome and all this other stuff, but instead like she was forced into it and she was probably raped and misunderstood and it's the only character in history in Greek mythology that I ever thought that would work with, but now they fucking ruined it is Medusa. Medusa's character is the character that was very, very misunderstood and treated like shit and deserves a
like
proper
what you
revenge
just
story.
explained was the explanation of Medusa.
Yeah.
It's like she was actually so beautiful that she that Aphrodite cursed her because
She was
she
raped
kept
by
saying-
Poseidon.
well, she kept saying that she was the most beautiful, even than Aphrodite herself.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, but
okay,
she was
well,
she ends up being raped by Poseidon,
yes,
and then she praised Aphrodite about like, yo, this guy raped me. Like you're supposed to protect us women. Like you're our goddess. And then when she asks for her to to punish Poseidon for his thing, she's like, you want me to punish my brother who's a god? Fuck you, human. Like stupid bitch. Stupid bitch.
no,
Like
but it was also like, from what I remember, like Poseidon, like it was like coordinated because she
well,
had
she
to find a
he
way
just
to
wowed her a
punish.
bunch of times.
Well, she had to find Aphrodite had to find a way to punish her for claiming that her beauty rivals Aphrodite's or is more than Aphrodite's.
No,
And then
it
Aphrodite
was
came down.
if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't Medusa who was claiming to be all of that. She was just like a normal peasant girl who
I'd
happened to be beautiful.
I have to read
Yeah.
again her story
Yeah.
so that I could get it correct.
But if I'm
But-
not mistaken, she's always complimented to be pretty, and then eventually Poseidon was the one that takes advantage of her in his temple, and then in the process of it, like throughout all her life, her mother and everyone else would always tell her that she was beautiful, that it would rival Aphrodite's beauty. And then when Poseidon takes advantage of her in the temple, she then prays to Aphrodite, and Aphrodite was like, "Oh, what's up, ho? Like you thought you were all badass. I thought you thought you were super cute and pretty and all this shit. Now look at you, raped." And then she's like,
Now
"Yo,
look at you,
like
raped.
yeah, now look at you, raped." Like yeah, I always felt like Medusa's story was more of like a tragedy, right? The tragedy of
Yeah.
Medusa.
Well, there's like so many tragic stories. Like even the mother of Achilles.
Yeah,
It was a tragic story. Like there's a lot of tragic, beautiful stories within
Yeah.
Greek mythology. A lot of effed up stories.
yeah.
Because
then
it's
we
like
get this.
one of the reasons why people gravitate to Greek mythology is that those are the gods that are scumbags,
Yeah, 100%.
and our normal thought is to have anything that's above us, a creator of sorts. A
yeah,
god,
they're not on check.
It's supposed
They're
to
just
be
like,
loving. It's supposed to be loving and caring about us, but it was a turn of like true mythos of deity
yeah.
where we are peasants and looked at like bugs to
Yeah.
these gods.
Yeah,
That
100%.
we are
way
their
to put it.
playthings, you know.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. But yeah, the character of Elliot Pages apparently is supposed to be this like they are the true hero of the story in the sense of Odysseus again, but Odysseus, the way that they kind of portray him is like, I don't know, like you know how in the original story he's very like witty, war tactical, like
He's very witty. He's humble.
yeah. But he's very war tactic. He's very
Yeah.
like street smart and like he's very common sense. Like he always does a lot of things like
Yeah.
Like
And
everything is
what
like
I
a cool
mean by
lesson.
humble, I mean like he's a confident humble. Like
Yeah.
if people don't know who that he's Odysseus, he doesn't like really
He
advertise it.
doesn't brag about it. He's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
boastful, but he just gets the job done. He's a
Hmm.
good soldier because even in Troy, like he's there and he just follows
Man, Sean Bean is such a good
Achilles. Yeah, he just
Odysseus.
follows Achilles' rule, right? Um,
No, no, he convinces Achilles
yeah.
to
Oh,
follow
yeah.
him.
To come back to the war, like after he's kind of like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
been kind of like formatted, but that's him. Like he's cunning like that. Like he knows what to say. He
Yeah,
knows what to do
he
to get
even
the job
says in
done.
Troy like you have your weapon is a sword, mine are my tricks. Let me be.
Yeah.
Because he's like, hey, like talk to me all you want, but don't use your words to trick my cousin
My cousin.
into
Yeah.
into this war. And then he's like,
Yeah.
hey, you have your sword, I have my tricks. We use
Yeah.
the
And then
weapons that are given to us.
the big
Yeah.
disappointment to me was they got rid of the nobody thing. Like I
Yeah,
kind of
the
don't
like
really want to
telling
watch
the
it because of it.
Cyclops like nobody, and then when he stabbed his eye out, and they were asked the Cyclops who stabbed you, and he all he
Yeah,
could say
it
was
sounds
nobody.
really petty, but I am not at all enthralled to see this because
It's
that got
because
removed.
this, it's because the poetry in the story of Odysseus is of the Odyssey. I mean, is again so beloved. This is not something you play around with.
Yeah, yeah, of
You
course.
you do an adaptation, but not an artistic
Representation
remastering.
of it.
You know, because it's like I always point out if a video game says, because a lot of people try to defend like this is a remake. I'm like, yeah, remakes aren't a remaster. If something's remastered, it's
Yeah,
one thing. If it's a remake, it's alive in name only. The only thing about this being the Odyssey is the name,
yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
that's
But
it.
that's like everything Marvel too. That's like they say Civil War and then they fucking redo everything and
Yeah,
they don't even follow the format. It's the same thing. It's
they
the
don't
same.
kill Captain America.
Yeah,
Peter Parker's on the wrong side. He's
yeah,
on Iron Man's side. Yeah, there's a lot of problems.
yeah.
But
This
like
is the whole
but
concept
like
of them doing
it's
this
a
shit.
but that is a little different because it's like they're going with this storyline because it's almost like taking these characters, keeping their characters somewhat the same from the comics and doing a new comic line. Like comics aren't we know it like they've been retconned and revamped universes to hell and back. So like that's why like there's always going to be common like arguments in the comic sphere in the nerd sphere of comic world, right? But like you take the Lord of the Rings, we understand what led to what, and it's one story. It's there's not going to be multiple interpretations, multiple different authors claiming different things and using the same timeline to tell a different story of the same character that we heard 10 years ago.
Yeah, but I
You know?
wonder too,
Yeah.
like, because that was a big talking point I heard today. I mean, we all know who Orson Welles,
Hmm.
right? The film director from the 1950s. In his version of the Odyssey, he also chose a black actress, and her
Yeah.
name was Eartha Kitt.
Hmm.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, was Eartha Kitt also? Let me see, Eartha
Well, like if
Kitt.
we're talking about
Eartha
diversity, again, it's
Kitt.
about the
Yeah, that
intention
was
behind it.
Catwoman in the Batman TV
Yeah.
show back in the
Yeah,
day.
well, like it's about the intention. Like, what was the intention behind this? First
Yeah,
of
yeah,
all, it
yeah.
was black
I'm
and
not saying it's
white.
good or bad or
It
nothing like
was
that.
black and white, and I doubt a lot of people saw her as a black girl because she kind of just looks
Well, at that
like a
time,
Doctor Pale woman.
yeah.
Like a not doctor. I mean like a
But I
more
wonder
pale
at that
woman.
time her popularity
Yeah.
was like off the chain
Yeah.
because of the Batman TV show. But I wonder if that was before or after. I want to say
Yeah.
it was,
Right now, this is like the intention is different because like look, unfortunately, we do have to objectify actors and compare them to each other. Who is more beautiful? You know, out of all the women actresses in Hollywood, is this the most beautiful woman who really wanted this part or could have played this part and was the best talent and
yeah,
the most beautiful for this
because
role?
even Orson Welles uh said like he dubbed her the most exciting woman in the world.
Yeah, and
So like he had
that's
a
him.
purpose
Yeah, yeah.
to have her as this character in some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he wanted to embody like that's the same thing as they said about that fucking rapper guy that they have in it, that they were like,
Travis
we want
Scott.
the best,
Yeah.
we
So,
want the
but that's the
best
thing.
poet,
If
and like,
like this argument has been made before, if Christopher Nolan came out and said, "Yeah, we're trying to be subversive, we're trying to be edgy, we're trying
yeah,
to be to create conflict, like we chose these actors and actresses for this sole purpose to for the purpose of diversity and stuff like that."
yeah,
Okay, you then there's no shame in the game. Cool. You came
yeah,
out and you said that was your purpose.
yeah, but
Directors
he's
used to
not.
do
He's
that.
running around the
No, but
question.
he's running around the question. He's like, "No, this is just normal. She is the
This,
most
you know
beautiful
what this
actress
reminds me of?
possible." Like, no, it ain't.
It reminds me of the Joker movie. Again, these kind of like weird like flip floppy, like on the questions, on going to both sides. When someone questioned the director of the Joker and was like, "Hey, this part kind of sucked. Like a lot of people are saying that it's stupid. What do you think?" And his excuse would be like, "Oh, it's up for interpretation. Like you can take it however you want. Like, oh my god, or whatever." Like he would always have this like really like flip floppy answer. But when it
Yeah,
was positive reinforcement, and they were like, "Hey, man," like if someone acknowledges the same scene and says, "Oh man, I really like that scene. Like, can you tell me about it?" And then he would be like, "Oh yeah, man, this is exactly why I did it that way because of this." This like he wouldn't like, there wasn't like this weird like the moment you get some criticism you got to be super defensive, and then when you're getting praise you like to get praised, you know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, compliment me
yeah,
more, dude. Like, yeah, I'm a fucking genius." And then when people are like, "Hey, that was pretty fucking stupid, why'd you do that?" He's like, "Well, that's your interpretation, it's art, blah blah blah." Like I fucking
yeah.
hated the
They do that
Joker
all the
movie
time.
for that
Yeah.
shit.
Like I could always separate the art from the artist.
Yeah,
I've had no problem with that. I don't care, because remember we used to not care who the director was.
yeah,
When Batman Begins came out, I didn't know it was freaking Christopher Nolan.
yep.
I didn't know it was
You
James
just liked it.
Cameron that did the Terminators. Like, this is a great movie. And then the actors would draw you in. Yo, this is a Denzel Washington movie. Yo, this is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Like, I'm gonna go watch it.
Fern
That's
Gully's a
yeah.
badass movie. Tell me who the director
Fern
is.
Gully is the best. Don't
Yeah,
know
tell me
who
who
the
the
director is.
director is.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck it is. It's just a fucking fantastic movie.
yeah,
Ben
man.
Hur, the fucking Ten Commandments movies, they're great movies.
Yeah,
Tell me
yeah.
who the director was.
Don't know,
Yeah, tell me who the director of Ghostbusters was. Like, you know what I mean? Like all the movies that were fucking
dude. I
fantastic.
just found out that The Rock, the movie The Rock, with Sean Connery, that was directed by Michael Bay,
Michael Bay, yeah.
and I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah, as a matter of
Like,
fact, Alcatraz, baby.
what's up?
That's where The Rock was filmed.
Yep, it was.
Yep.
But yeah, like it used to not matter because we knew that if like these actors wouldn't just pick any movie. We knew Matt Damon at one point wouldn't just pick any movie. Matt Damon.
I love that.
But yeah, like nowadays we have to figure out who everybody is so that we know what we're getting ourselves into. Like PG-13 and rated R don't mean nothing anymore. We don't know if we're gonna get a bunch of political garbage, homosexual stuff in our face, titties, dick out in the freaking screen. We don't know.
Yep.
You know, diversity cast. Like we don't know what the intentions are. Like now everybody has their interpretation, their art, their artists. Like, dude.
Yeah, like their own
Yeah,
renditions or
yeah.
whatever the fuck that they're
So
about.
yeah, like the more Hollywood does this, and now Christopher Nolan is in this game, we can't even trust Christopher Nolan for his future projects.
Yeah,
We're
that
like,
kind of
okay,
sucks, dude.
you like he doesn't understand. I think the damage this is gonna do to his own brand
Yeah, 100%. I don't think he
because
does.
he was already getting a bad rap for bad his the sound in his movies, Tenet, Interstellar,
Yeah, being
whatever else,
ridiculous, right?
Oppenheimer. It's like, dude, why can't I hear the freaking like the actors speak? What's with all this background noise? This is pissing me off, you know. But like now we're gonna be like, oh, Christopher Nolan's in it, is doing this. Okay, like if this is an original property, cool. Like that's the other thing. We're gonna give you all the accolades in the world if it's something in an original work. When you do an adaptation, when you get something that's beloved, Superman, The Odyssey, Ben Hur, The Ten Commandments, whatever you're doing, like there's prominent characters. They look a certain way. There's, you know, there's mythology of its time. There's mythology that was created in a specific worldly time that we understand. So you better do it right. You can't. This ain't a game. You can't play around all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're just gonna see how it goes, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go see the movie or not. I might wait until they release it on Pirata.
I think it's not worth it. Like
Yeah.
Supergirl wasn't worth it. The Odyssey's not worth it. Like yeah,
I think right now, Dream Sigil is absolutely correct. Right now is the
More
time
nerd
to
writers and
shine if
directors,
you're a
please, yeah.
creator. Get out there and write, man, because sooner or later you're gonna be able to make some badass shit, and someone's gonna pick it up pretty fucking fast. I really agree.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. What do we got going on this week, baby? What do we got?
First off, everybody like and subscribe to the Average Boys podcast. The
Yes,
Average
ma'am.
Boys
Yes, sir.
on YouTube. Go ahead and give a like, subscribe.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. What we got going on tomorrow? Hopefully, I get in my PC or Tuesday. I thought I was
Nice.
gonna get it yesterday.
Hey, no hiccups today,
Yeah.
dude. You looking clear today, boy.
Yeah, man. I think it's also because I didn't stream onto my. I came in late and I didn't stream onto my channel because it probably would have pulled much more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe my internet's just whack. I don't know, man. But also, I will be doing probably a live stream every day this week. My time has opened up a little bit, and I'll be doing more content. I'll be putting out more videos. Hopefully, talking more nerd stuff, and hopefully, Are you? Do you have anything coming up for next Sunday? Like, are we gonna get
Next
to the
Sunday,
show,
no.
or-
Just I think I should be clear. I don't got anything going on anytime soon. Everything's kind of like back to normal for me right now. So
Okay, so
should be good, man. I should be good.
Yeah.
And then hopefully I get better at my schedule during the week, and I could probably get out a little earlier if I can get fucking. But it's
Yeah.
just my work is so far away, man. But if you guys are doing like
Yeah.
anything late, like I could probably just jump in with you guys.
Dude, I'll
Just to get in and talk.
I'll do a
or whatever.
stream. I'll do a stream. Tell me like what days you have off, and I'll.
Well,
do
I
a
don't have
stream
any
where we
days
can
off,
talk.
dude. This is today.
At nighttime. If you have like
It's
some
so
free time.
ridiculous that I have like no time off, bro. Like
Whatever. So what I got going on is just more talking about Lego, more
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to help people out. I'll be talking more about movies and comics and things like that, things I want to talk about. And yeah, we're just gonna have some fun this week. So yeah, a lot more car
Sweet.
stuff coming up too.
No, let me know, man. Let me know if anything I can bring you guys in that can talk and get in it. I think next month I'm gonna be on a Christian podcast.
Solid, dude. Have
Yeah,
fun,
yeah,
man.
yeah. A friend of mine started a podcast. His name's Freddie Honda, and it's called Inked and Saved. And
Is
I'm
it
gonna
on
get on,
YouTube?
and yeah, man, I'm gonna get on and talk a little bit, man,
That's awesome.
and
Yeah.
kind of like spread the word, baby. Spread the word. I just hope it's not anything bad. I don't want to be I don't want to be a deviant when I go out there. I want to be able to just speak from the heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully it's good, man. I'm really excited.
Dude,
But
awesome,
back to
man.
it, back to work. Gym went fantastic this week. Just got to stay on the up and up, man. Got to stay on the up and up and keep everybody intrigued and ready to go and beat up people. So, Dream Schedule says I'll make the car stream sometime. Want to talk about the Ford supercar? They finally balanced their hefty chassis. Shit, I cannot believe.
They
Nice.
did, but isn't it a hybrid?
Hybrids, no bueno.
And isn't it a V6?
Mm.
I have to look
Alrighty.
into that. Yeah,
But,
yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot
man.
more to talk about.
Hopefully I get a little bit of free time, and I'll hit you up if I got some free time. Maybe next Friday or something. I could jump on with you guys if you guys are doing
Heck
something.
yeah.
But
Heck yeah.
most def, baby, most def. Relic, it's always a pleasure. Derpy out there in La La Land already sleeping. Poor Derpy. I feel like
Yeah, the
I feel
Sandman
he's
has
getting
visited him.
black pilled by us, dude, or whatever they call it. Like
Well, I know black pilled is when like you have no hope. It's like
yeah,
red
he's getting
pilled
black
is
pilled.
when you
I was
have.
like, he's getting black pilled in the DC universe. He's got zero.
Well,
hope.
it happens. Like they're like he's getting screwed over. This like again to Derp's defense. This is a guy who truly believes in James Gunn,
Yeah,
and James Gunn isn't letting me down. He's letting his own fans.
he's
down.
letting Derpy down.
Yeah, he's letting
This
Derpy
dude was
down.
a diehard. He's willing to die on that hill, and now he's like,
Yeah, man. And like Well, like Derp is not an idiot. He could see. He could read between the lines. It's just like, again, the movie theater experience. That's why you got to take some time after you watch it, because it's always gonna be fun. You're going to the movies. You got popcorn. You sit down. You're with a group of people, and even with strangers, and you're sharing this beautiful experience of watching some entertainment and watching superheroes on screen. That's what you're supposed to be doing, right? So then, what happens is, when you leave that experience, you have this beautiful memory that you had, but then you remember that it's part of it was crap, and becomes more prevalent the more that happens.
100%.
You know, like for instance, I was so happy to watch The Force Awakens when it came out, and had a good time. Dude, there was people at the theater. It was a full theater. It was still at the time when everybody went to the midnight showing, all that kind of stuff.
Yep. You had to wait
Theaters
in line for
full, people had lightsabers, all that. And then you come out and I'm like, this movie was trash.
it. Yeah.
And I'm going to remember
fucking
the
funny.
time leading up to it, the trailers, how excited I was to see something new of Star Wars, getting in there and then just getting freaking booty
Disappointed.
banged. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit. It was
Yeah.
so rad. It was so fucking shitty. I just remember about how rabid everybody was. Like, if you, back in the day, like when you were walking out of that theater, if you spoil anything, dude, you're gonna get fucking jumped. Like,
Oh,
people
yeah.
just don't know.
Remember
like,
Endgame, dude?
yeah.
Endgame was the last of it where, like, dude, people got sued for...
Yeah,
a
but
guy
I-
was like,
I feel like
a guy
it's
was like,
more like-
who dies in this movie? The movie wasn't even out yet. Captain
Yeah.
America or Iron Man, and
Yeah.
then they got sued for just
They got
posing that
sued.
question.
But I feel like the
It's like, what?
Star Wars was a crazier vibe than
Oh,
because
yeah.
Endgame, like, you already had a lot of the younger generation, like the cancel culture vibes and all that shit. Like, back in the day, we didn't have that. Like,
Yeah.
it was just straight fucking hands. You walk out of the theater and you're gonna get your ass whipped by a dude with a Darth Vader outfit on, or painted up, some weird fat dude
Yeah,
dressed
look,
up as
dream
Darth
sigils
Maul.
right there. Friendships
Yeah.
burned over spoilers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's what
crazy, bro.
happened.
But yeah, yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with all this crazy shit. The Marvel universe is in fucking shambles, man. But yeah,
100%.
Relic, I'm gonna head out. Gonna get some rest. I hope you get some rest too. I hope your week was great. I hope your weekend was fantastic. And yeah, brother, I'll see you.
My weekend sucked, but it's all good.
Nah, bro, it can't suck. Nah,
My weekend
but,
did suck.
I'm sorry to hear, bro.
It's all good.
It'll get better. It'll get
Yeah,
better.
It has to.
Yeah. Oh, did you get? Is it based on all that shit or what?
We'll talk after stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably have a minute. I don't got a lot of time after, but we're gonna talk right now.
Yeah,
But
we'll
everybody,
talk for
thank
like
you
a
guys so
minute.
much for tuning in to all our extraordinary listeners. We appreciate every one of you. We hope you have a safe week. Be kind to each other, be nice, and yeah, we'll see you guys again here next Sunday on the Average Boys Podcast. Peace. Don't forget,
So,
go
everyone-
check out Last Relics page. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget Derpy Entertainment all over the place. Just look for his crazy little cartoon character. You'll find him. You'll find him. Laters, guys.
Peace out.
Thank you.